All right, well, we're just going to get started. Um, Welcome to the stream. I am Bacon96 or Christian, if you want to call me that. I'm sure there'll be some people who drop by who know me personally and maybe weird calling me Bacon, so call me Christian. If you know me as Bacon, call me Bacon. I'm good with anything. We are here with my fictional franchise, with my fictional roster. I decided to sim to the All-Star break first. So here, I'll show the schedule. We went all the way to the All-Star break, and then I'm planning on doing a strict every second game of this series schedule for each team. So I have that all down, like all ready, all prepared. And the first game will be this one. It is the Spiders at the Blue Jays, 3:07 on July 18th, 2020. So there it is. This is the pitching matchup right here. I'd talk about the roster if we had some questions, if we had somebody in the chat who wants to hear anything specifically. But I think I just want to jump right in the game, and then we can go from there, and see from that. So we'll look at the settings really quick. Let's do user settings, gameplay options. I will be playing on Hall of Fame hitting and then Hall of Fame pitching. I like Strike Zone 3 for the hitting camera. That's my main online one as well. And then, of course, I use Zone. A lot of people use Zone. I have the PCI off, so you won't see that. You won't be able to see my bad decisions. Pitching is always meter. It always will be meter. I keep thinking that I can use peer analog, and it's just not comfortable, so it's going to be meter. And then I have the pitch trail on. I like that the best with the blue and the red, so you can see what's a strike and what's a ball. Fielding, button accuracy for throwing and assist. Medium is the camera. That's the best one for fielding. I don't know why anyone uses anything different. Strike zone is off. Hot zones are off. Warm-up relievers is off. That's just a waste of time. And there it is. Sliders, I lightly adjusted the sliders. It wasn't really too much. I didn't want to go too much between 3 and 8 for all of them. So they're kind of like my own sliders right now. And then we'll go on and adjust those as we go forward here. But that's just a quick preview of all of it. I have the injury slider way up. So there was a lot of injuries in my sim as well. And then the trade frequency is down just a little bit. That's a personal preference. With the fictional roster, it doesn't really matter where you have that. You can have it higher up if you want, or a little lower. It doesn't really matter too much. So those are the sliders. That is everything we got there. Look at the Blue Jays in the standings. I believe they're in last place in the East. They are, and then we're in third place, just a little bit under 500. Not too bad. It's a veteran team, but it's underperforming is what I would say. But, I mean, it's looking like it's going to be a rebuild. The roster says that it will be a rebuild. You can see that in the top right corner there. But we do have a couple big-time stars. Keys will be a free agent at the end of the year, so that's a big decision we have to keep track of. And Marte is locked up for a while, and he's got a very team-friendly contract for a catcher in the 90s. He's more of a defensive guy, but still very team-friendly, very young guy, only 25, and he's already an A, or already a 90 and an A. So he's going to stick around for a while. So yeah, let's jump into it. Let's go. So this is it right here. I got my face in the top right. That just made the most sense to me. I know a lot of people do it to the left. I like it on the right here. With the rebrand, they only do the home and road jerseys, so I don't have an option there. I'm going to play in the Rogers Center. I don't like quick counts on, and I usually just leave these as is when we're in a franchise game. So we'll just send it right there. Cameron Morrison is my first starter here. It's 4-seam splitter, knuckle curve, circle change, and a slider. He's not great on the season. I'm just going to leave the lineup as is as well, and we're jumping right into it. So there you go. What's up, Hetzer? How you doing? Good to hear from you, buddy. For people who don't know already, Ryan Hetzer had me on for a podcast that was in was it May? It was either April or May. And we talked about the roster on there. That was where I hinted towards wanting to stream, and he's a big reason why this is happening now. Actually, that's Ryan Hetzer. Appreciate you. So, if anyone has issues with the sound, I didn't really get time to play around with it. So let me know if I'm too loud or if the sound from the PlayStation is too loud. What's up, Rogue? See, I told you I was going to stream too. Glad you're here. And yeah, Hetzer, yeah, we do need to do that second podcast. I'm down for sure. So appreciate it. There's a new follower. That's my mom. All right. So here we go. Of course, these. It does make more sense, right? Or Hetzer, yeah, I agree. I'm definitely down more to sharing my face and my voice now than I was when I initially started the roster. I was a little nervous about that, of course, and you know how nervous I was, of course. So here we go. I will show the uniforms a little better than just in game, but these are the road ones. Apparently, we have like a big road trip to start for both teams, so we're only going to get to see the road unis to start here. And there it is. Webster's like leading the league in stolen bases, I believe. He's a gnat right there, the second baseman here for the Spiders. And there we go. Second is Corey Jackson. Hey, that's another follower. Welcome, Hetzer. Corey Jackson is an old guy. I think he's 40 years old in the roster, and I signed him as a free agent just for this roster, just for this franchise. And yeah, Hetzer, we will be in touch. I'm sure I'll respond to anything you send. But and then actually for anyone else, if you have questions about the roster, throw it in the chat here. Or send me a DM. I'll probably respond to anything. Go ahead, talk trash. I don't care. I am playing on Hall of Fame again for anyone who isn't who just joined us. What's up? Is that White Mike 19? What's up? Glad to have you here, buddy. Yeah, the roster took some time. For the people who don't know already, it's I started it in 2016. And I didn't upload it until 2017. It's been in the vault each year since. I think I got just over 6,000 downloads this year. Hey, that's another follower. Thank you. And we're just building up. We're going to keep building until I get to the top of this, of course. Yep, and then here's your guy. This is Paul Keys. He's the best rated player on Cleveland. He's a switch hitter, lots of contact, lots of power, all around, 5-tool player. This is the guy I hinted towards where it's like, I want to make everyone like Paul Keys, but I can't. Like, look at this. Like, he's high 70s, high 80s, high 90s for anything. Easily a 5-tool player, best player on the team. And then, of course, I made him a pending free agent for the team that I'm running with on a franchise. So he's going to be a big decision not too long from now, actually, because I'm near the trade deadline at the start of this franchise. So we're going to have to really think about if he sticks on the team for the rest of the year, if I try to re-sign him, and if moving forward, if he gets a big-time contract or not, because he's definitely going to get paid. And then, of course, you saw his numbers. He's not off to the best start there. It's 249, 20, and 56. He was in the 230s like midway through June, so he's been on a tear recently. We'll see. I haven't played too much with Paul Keys. And yeah, Hetzer, yeah, there's no PCI for now. I like to do PCI on. Hey, that's Willie. That's my brother right there who just followed as well. Welcome. The no PCI approach is something I kind of do on and off. It depends because sometimes you mess around with hitting when you're in a funk, and I haven't entirely been. Ooh, that was a good changeup. I haven't entirely been in the best spot hitting wise recently, especially in custom leagues, and so I'm just messing around and seeing what works, and hopefully this is something that does work. So there's another changeup. I don't like that. That's the pitch I'm going to swing at a lot too. I'm going to talk about that a lot. The changeup down, if you play against me online or even the CPU here, they're going to abuse the changeup down because that is a pitch. See, there it is again. That's a pitch that I just can't not swing at apparently, and I don't know what it is. It just looks so good. It's so appealing. The circle change, and then Lewis here, the pitcher for the Jays, it's a two-seam and then a circle change. So I really have trouble, and then there's the fastball, so that's why strikeout looking just like that. So nothing in the top half. We go to the bottom half. Again, welcome to the stream. Anybody who hasn't commented on anything, say something. I want to know who's here. I'm definitely gonna say hi to everybody.
Cameron Morrison,
yeah,
California
say hey.
right-hander is on the mound. Dan, any thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. That's it, Hetzer. If I got no if I'm not hitting well, then again I'll mess with it. I'll put the PCI on. I'll change the PCI. I'll change the analog. I've talked to a couple people about hitting with analog, and that's interesting online because it's really timing based, just like directional. And I like both of them honestly. It's just when I'm in a funk, I switch from one to the other, and until I get back in a funk, you know. So here's Morrison. He's got 5 pitches. Love that. And then I go with no strike zone, but then when I'm about to throw it, I press and hold R2 to pick the spot.
And now pitch on the way.
And I generally get close to the meter, if not actually hitting it. Step and stab. Yeah, Chuck Souza, when you're an old guy, you don't really have that first step quickness like you used to. So him playing third base is a little rough. We'll see that in the second game, as he's on my Atlanta team, and he's doing terrible. So we'll look at that again. I'm gonna play with both, and we'll go back and forth between the two. But he's not doing well. That's Chuck Souza, not doing well so far. Blue Jays, they had a couple injuries. I think their second baseman's out. That's usually Quincy Montgomery. He's a big time power guy. Usually, I think they usually bat him 5th or 6th in the lineup. Either way, but like, you know, good hitter at second base, and they don't have him for this matchup. There we go. That's a nice call. I'm not playing with perfect strike zone because I don't like perfect strike zone. What's up, Cole Payton? Yeah, Hetzer. I believe he's near 3,000. I don't know if he's at 3,000 yet. Hey, thanks for the follow there. I don't think he's at 3,000 yet, but he gets to 3,000 within like the first, or if he makes it to the second year, I think he gets it in the second year. When I'm talking about hits, I go with hit. I think it's near there though. But there's a few guys who have 3,000. There's a new guy that I added for the Angels who's a catcher. He's really close to 3,000 as well. So we're gonna get like more of those special presentations if you're playing with those players. So that's what you want to see, right? When players like get to a milestone, you want to talk about, oh, that's his 400th home run or something, or his 3,000th hit, like we're talking here, and that's when the show gets really interesting. And now I got to focus. Peterson is one of the better hitters for the Jays. He's catcher from Australia, and then of course there in the corner, it says he's an all-star this year. So yeah, really got to focus up. I do like fastball first pitch. I do that online as well, so I'm really going to totally give away all my tips here for pitching. I generally pitch well online, and look at that. Okay. But, let's see if Paulie catches this one. Nope, it's going to go off the wall. I hate that too. I don't know if he's going to catch it or not. It's the worst. But yeah, and I got regular fielding on. I know a lot of people do auto. I like the assist rather. But plays like that happen because I don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to go off the wall exactly, and it's frustrating. So we're in a hole right here. Here is Brock Shepard. He's their power hitting right fielder. Try to pitch around him a little bit here.
From the stretch.
Yeah, totally missed the strike zone. Morrison doesn't have much control in his last 2 pitches. Just looking at that before the stream. Or try to throw just his first 3 as much as I can. You can only get so far throwing just 3 pitches with your number 4 starter, right? So we'll see. It's 1-1. I like the splitter.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off.
And I do have a good defensive catcher back there, so I could put something in the dirt. I try not to with a runner on third. I might as well do it now since I'm talking about it, right? I didn't get down enough. See, I missed the meter. So, big spot right here. 2 strike at bat. Runners in scoring position. Get that fastball up. This isn't the camera I usually use for pitching either. I adjusted that for the stream actually. Generally, if I'm online or just playing for myself, I'll use the same pitching camera and hitting camera. It's nice to get the same repetitions from the same angle, just to track pitches. And I've done that. Oh, nice call there. And I've done that as long as I could. Just for competitive sake, of course. Yeah, that's right at the top of the zone right there. Let's see what it says in the corner. Yeah, it's just a bit over it. Okay. Here's Tyson Decker, first baseman. Nice to meet her. There's that first pitch fastball again. Again, if anybody else here is new, just watching, say hi. I'll say hi back, of course. Trying to have a conversation. It's difficult when I'm just talking to myself, right? But this is my first time. I haven't exactly tried to stream, and I haven't exactly thought about talking for 90 minutes to 2 hours straight. But we'll see how this goes. And I sneak out of it right there.
More of the show. Saturday baseball after this.
Yep.
At the plate, Eric Rowe. And for him, you have to think a turnaround is coming. Clearly not going.
Right, yeah, he's Rowe. I actually sent him down. I think it was in May or June. He was doing nothing. His cumulative stats still aren't great either. I don't want to solely base off a batting average, but 214 is a bad batting average, and then the on base at 285 is also bad. I'm sure people who are watching this know how baseball stats work, so I don't need to describe that too much. But he's a little more of a guy who hits well against lefties, and then he'll kind of run into one against righties. Not the greatest middle of the order bat. I'd rather have him batting 5th or 6th, maybe even 7th in a good lineup. But we don't have a good lineup, so this is where he's at.
Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
So. Here's my defense. I like those opt-in animations right there, so it doesn't always show this unless you press the L2 button. That was new this year. If you play the game, obviously you know that. So. Go. Now I believe this is the guy on the roster with the longest name. It's Christopher Schwabenland. I don't want to count how many letters that is. Just take my word for it that this is the longest name on the roster. He's a DH, left-handed hitter. He hits well enough too. He's not like a great middle of the order bat either. Like this Cleveland team isn't really full of guys who are gonna bat third in any lineup. They're more of a a complimentary piece. But there's Paul Keys. So if Keys doesn't play well, then the team doesn't play well. It's kind of how it seems right now, and he hasn't.
And it's fouled away.
Thanks, buddy. So if anyone knows Kasabe or Kasabi, I don't know exactly how he wants me to say that. He's on Twitter. He's on Reddit. He makes all of the logos that I used. So the text there, and then there's a little logo. If you see just above the S right there, see a little logo. That's his logo. He also made the Kings. He made the cursive for the Kings for the other uniform. And he said that I could tell anyone if they need a logo that they should go to him. It's Kasabi and then _ on Twitter, and he's on Reddit as well. Here's Chad Wood. This is my old shortstop. I believe he's a free agent at the end of the year. I did trade for another shortstop. I believe that was Carlos Ortiz from the Cardinals. He's an interesting young dude. Again, that's my mom right there, if anyone else is following along. Thanks for the support. I appreciate that. I sent her a link about 5 minutes before I started, so I knew she'd be here. But and then I got
bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Yeah, and then there's another fastball looking. The lower bound of the strike zone is the most difficult for me. Any pitch that's right at the bottom there, if it's a slider that's going just a little bit away, or if it's a fastball that's sticking right at the bottom, it's tough for me to track and it's tough for me to hit. I don't know what that is exactly. I think it's just because I've played so much online and I'm looking for a high fastball. But that's where we're at right now. So here's Radke.
Here comes the first
He's
pitch.
not too much of a threat against righties. And then I love that stance. That's the Ryan Zimmerman stance. And then I pulled his foot in a little bit, so it's a closed Ryan Zimmerman stance. It just looks really nice in my opinion. I like the variation of the batting stances a
0-1
lot.
on its way. Tried to get him to go
Slider
after
that
the slider,
misses.
but it's 1-1. Looked like the
Don't have
fastball,
fastball
got away
exactly
from him.
either.
It's ball 2.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate.
Oh, and gets through the pitcher.
And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
That's a big knock right there for his confidence. He had seen it. You're walking to the plate. You know your average had dipped below 220 for the first
Yep,
time.
right between his legs. That's a 5-hole right there. All right. I believe this is Todd Austin. Yep. He's the DH for the Jays, unless they have him at first. Actually, he might be a better defender than. Yeah, he is a better defender than Decker, so he's at first instead of Decker. Yeah, those two kind of flip. It depends on how the franchise develops too. Sometimes they keep Austin after the first year, even though he's a free agent. And I always find that interesting because he's not exactly someone I'd re-sign if I was the Jays. Good enough hitter. He probably tops out as an average first baseman, and that's it. So it's not the pitch I wanted right there. It's on the edge, but not far enough on the edge. Just keep going with the fastball here. Oh no.
Scooped up, step on the bag for 1, and he is in there. They couldn't get him at second.
Time for a look
There you go. Show my defense. That's Doug Ziegler at first. He's actually a third baseman, and I think his backup set is first in outfield. So I've had him at first a lot because he's a better defender than better defender than Schwabenland. And then Schwabenland's been the DH for most of the sim, and I'll probably keep that as it is as well. I don't really have a better option at first base in the majors quite yet. So that's probably going to stay as it is.
Stepping in now, Roberto Ortega, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. So far this season, with runners in scoring position, Ortega carries a hitting line just over the 280.
Ortega doesn't hit too great against righties. I think he's got maxed out contact against lefties. But overall, he's a good defender. He's a good overall major league player. Just not the kind of hitter you need exactly against, or you want exactly against right-handed pitching. And hopefully he doesn't do much against me here. Losing all the confidence in all these pitches now because I keep missing. Not even close on the meter and still landed.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
All right, and then this is the 9-hitter, I believe. Yeah, this is Timpner. Okay, so he's one of the new guys. The roster I used for this franchise is actually a new roster. If you know me, you know that I like to tinker around and add new players as often as I can. So this is actually the newest roster that I haven't uploaded the roster vault yet, and Timpner is one of the new players from that roster. From this roster.
One left for Toronto.
Yeah.
We'll move to the third with no score.
Right, let's get some knocks. Got nothing through the first two.
Striding in, Lenny Andrews. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first.
Andrews is another guy who didn't get off to a great start. 246, 9 and 39. He's a guy who's going to hit well against lefties as well. And then he just doesn't have the power against righties, so you're not expecting too many home runs. But he is a corner guy. He should be more of a power threat than he is, and he just isn't.
First pitch of the inning is taken.
Of course, that franchise is based off of performance, like the way their attributes go up and down. It's not as extreme as it should be, but I believe his attributes have gone down a bit. And there we go. Put a charge into that one. Is this a home run? It is. Let's go. First one on stream. Let's get it. Lenny Andrews, never going to forget it. It's his 10th home run of the season. The first one I've hit with him. First one on the stream. And it's 1-0 Spiders. Let's go. I got to get like an air horn for on the stream whenever I hit a home run. If anyone has bots or anything that I should use, let me know.
Get your first hit of the game, you might as well do it with a bang.
But yeah, look at that.
Squeeze one past him, but he felt wrong.
Of this 383 feet off the wall. I believe that went into the bullpen there. That's the Blue Jays bullpen. Here's Marte. He was hurt for a while, so these numbers are a little weird. It is July in this franchise, but again, he was hurt. I think he missed at least a month, probably a little more. But he's back now, obviously. We're glad, too, because he's in 93. So.
Another ball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. Now here's the pitch.
Go after that slider. That's another pitch I'll swing at a lot. Any slider that's, you know, at the bottom of the zone there or just below, those are the ones that look so good. And then it's a slider instead. You know. Yeah, put a charge into that one too. Let's go. I am playing at Hall of Fame. Oh, let's go.
A solo shot here to left. 4th home run for him on the season.
For anyone else, if you haven't said hi yet and you're watching, please do. I'd like to know who's watching. I'll personally thank you. Need all the support I can get. Trying to make some money off of this. Got to get to affiliate first. But oh my God, that bad for it too. Not even a flip, it's a slam right down. And here is the launch. There it is, 411 feet. Yeah, I like having these play out. Even when I give up home runs, I'll usually let it play out and watch, just to see, you know, how long it was, or you know, the couple seconds after he hits it, because those are like the coolest, you know, animations in the game, are when a player has like a specific animation tied to him. And I did that as much as I could in the fictional roster. I gave as many people, you know, just stupid home run, bat flips, home run, you know, no doubt reactions, all those kind of things. Tried to use all the resources the game provided, because it's a good amount.
Difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
That's not a good pitch to go after.
Radke is there. 1 down.
Now batting, the second baseman, Homer Webster.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Homer Webster. He flew out in his last at-bat.
And with his speed, he's one of those rare guys who you'd actually like to see keep the ball on the ground. You can't beat out a fly ball in this game.
Euro's right. Yeah, Webster is one of the faster guys. I believe he's 93 speed. Okay, 99 reaction. This is intentional, the player type that I gave him. So he's a second baseman, not a shortstop, but I still gave him maxed out reaction. And then he just doesn't have the arm, so he has to be a second baseman kind of thing. Big time contact guy, doesn't hit for power. So right here with zone, I usually will just contact swing and then hope for a bloop. And then if it's in the gap, or if it's, you know, if it gets far enough where I can get to second, then that's great. But I'm almost never going to do a regular swing with him, just because I really want to get, you know, those special. Should have swung that one. Should I get like those special animations and the special, you know, hit types because of the player profile that he has. Now I'm 0-2, so I'm always going to swing contact swing at 0-2. After that one. That's nice too. That wouldn't have been an out a couple years ago. Yeah, nice play there by Middleton.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Corey Jackson. Ready to deliver. Here's the
usually like to take the first one. There it is. Yep.
As that one catches the outer part of the plate.
I won't always take the first one, of course. Just like to when I can, and then there's a dribbler. Okay. Not going to beat that out. Only 57 speed.
So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Cleveland is out in front here, 2-0.
Cool. Yeah, so we take the lead with 2 home runs.
Settling in now, Pablo Rodriguez. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning start.
Hey, Rogue, if you're still here, what other nicknames do you have? You said Step and Stab for Chuck Souza. What else?
Hit
Oh,
hard
that's right down the line. It's foul, though.
That'll get foul. It's 0-2 now.
Deep breath. Okay, let's do a change up here. 0-2. 0-2, throw a non-competitive pitch. And then see I just missed the meter so bad that it turned out to be a strike. Hey Amish, what's up? He's the newest follower. It's Amish. He's streamed a couple times with my roster as well. Follows me on Twitter. Welcome, buddy.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah, we're here in the 3rd. I had 2 solo home runs in the top half. Jays are up now in the bottom half.
0-1, here's the pitch.
Oh, I'm really hitting the corners here with Morrison. I didn't expect this. That's right on the corner. Yeah, you can see in the bottom left. Let's go. And then let's go the knuckle curve down in the dirt. Have to. Okay. Let's take from Middleton. See if he swings at that. You don't do anything with it. So it's a perfect 0-2 pitch. I'll go fastball up. Keep him up again. And I missed the spot and he gets a knock. Okay.
Man, I watched Chipper Jones for years, one of the best switch hitters of all time. Work on his craft under the tunnel. It's not easy to put the time in, but bottom line is, one of the reasons why they do it.
Cool, and then Peterson bats with the runner on again. Of course.
He's been putting in that work, and it paid off right there.
Standing in now.
It's not going to get there. Easily going to get to 3rd, right? Yep, he's going.
And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
Damn. Do I play pitch for pitch or sim? So for this franchise, I'm going to try to play the entire game, the 2nd game of the series. And then I'll either simulate or I might quick manage every other game. But I feel like 1 every series is a good number, and that'll be a good number of gameplay, like a good amount of gameplay, I mean. And then we'll finish the season at a normal rate. Everything I do is going to be on stream as well. This franchise is solely for the stream. So I'm not going to blindly make moves and then just be like, hey, this is what happened. With the exception, of course, to before today. Like all the simming I did was to get to today. So Shepard. That's not what I wanted. He popped it up. Okay. Always worried when they hit it to Webster. He has no fielding. It's somewhere in the 20s or 30s.
Into the box now.
Yeah, Amish, I'm confused by a lot of the day-to-day injuries. They can just stay in the game, right? I didn't even read it actually. I'm sorry. But I'm guessing it's not going to be too long.
First pitch on its way. And a high
there it is.
strike to begin
First
the
pitch strike.
It's 0-1.
That elevated fastball.
Decker has 7 RBIs in his last 5 games. I like those animations whenever they show that. Whenever it says the little cute things like he has like a 67 WAR in his career or something like that. Like always fun to see. Always fun to see those little stat nuggets that they throw in there. Let's go fastball up. Let's go even higher than we're going. Yeah, he went after it. Let's go. 2 strikes. I am going to say let's go a lot. That's kind of like my thing. Sorry to people who don't like it. But yeah, I know it's bad. A slider down. 2 strike slider. I'm not always going to... Ooh, he missed it. What is this? How do you take that pitch? All right, well, then fastball back up, buddy. Up and in. I pitch kind of the same to the CPU as I would to an online opponent. It's more of like a professional approach, I believe. Not entirely, like I haven't been taught how to pitch necessarily, but at least I feel like it mimics the way that a Major League Baseball pitcher may pitch in certain situations. And that was not where I went that pitch. That splitter should not be, at the knees. It should, or that was even at the belt almost. That one, splitter's always down. So let's try the same with the changeup. It's nice that he has both. I like when pitchers have both.
3-2, 2 out,
Not
runner
great
at
right
first.
there. Now it's full.
Lots of possible outcomes from this pitch.
It is. Look at that runner. He has no speed. Not even going to throw over. Why would I bother? Let's go fastball up again. It's 3-2. Man, he fouled it off again. All right, what are we doing here? I still feel like the fastball is the way to go. Don't really want to throw the slider. I've showed him every other pitch except for the knuckle curve. Guess we'll do that, see how it goes. Worst case scenario, we walk him here. I'm just going to try to get it down. And I missed the meter, and he's going to knock it. Ooh, he's going to second, though. Oh. I hate that. Cutoff man just, well, that's where the cutoff man should be, but I don't know. I don't like it. I should have gotten him at second.
Your teammates up when you're given a chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high.
So now it's 2-1. That's the first run I've given up on stream for anyone else who's keeping track of all these milestones.
At the plate,
and that was a fastball right down the middle. Oh my gosh. How do you not swing at that pitch? That's middle, buddy.
After a single this first time up.
That's a liner right to Webster.
This will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. A run for the Jays thanks to the RBI double. We played 3 full, and this is now a 2-1 ball game.
That's right, Amish. Bloops and blasts. It's all about the home runs for me, and all of theirs were just little knocks. Cat's not around right now. I believe he's asleep on the couch. So, for anyone who doesn't know, which is most of you, I have 2 cats. I'm sure both of them will make an appearance at some point. We will see.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball too high to start him out.
He's at a home run yesterday. That's nice. Didn't even know about that. Nowhere near that one. His fastball's always going to run away too. It's always a 2-seam. So I got to remember that. And then there it is down. That's not a good pitch to swing at.
And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now batting.
All right, so time now for the Blue Jays Road to the Show report as we see a couple of prospects.
I like this overlay too. These are always nice.
In the upper minors.
So here you go. Look at that. 429 his last 10 games for Volstad. And Les, he's a big shortstop too. Power hitter against righties and then doesn't hit for a lick against left-handers.
Into the box, Eric Rowe.
Takes some time to get to the show, of course, being as young as he is.
Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Yeah, and then hi Brad. Again, I'm responding to my mom. For anyone who doesn't know.
And the 1-0 pitch.
Bro, he missed it. Did I get this one? No.
A ball that's carrying.
No way.
On the warning
okay.
track, he makes the catch.
He kept going, and I was like, it's got to be off the wall, right? But no. Okay. That's right, Amish. Yeah, I'm trying to exercise each of the body types. Get as many big boys in there as we can. And yeah, Cole, this is my latest roster. This is a personal version. I've going back and forth between if I'll upload it now or later. But this is my latest whip file. That's what I generally call them, is the whip file, the work in process or progress. Is this one out? That's another home run. Let's go!
Home bullpen for a home run.
Yeah, I don't want to miss second base. Yeah, let's go.
So
3 solo shots. You're very right about that, Amish. It's bloops and bombs.
3-1.
Or bloops and blasts, you said. I'm sorry. Amish, the dad bod plays up. It's all about the dad bod. Go to the plate, and you, as long as you control the plate, control the strike zone, doesn't matter how big you are. But yeah, the big guys, I love it.
At the plate now, Chad Webb, as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate.
That's right. 3 home runs is killing it, by the way. I'm not going to always hit 3 home runs in a game. This is Hall of Fame again. And that's not a good pitch to swing at. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, pump my ego up and then watch me swing at a slider that's nowhere close. Wood has some big arms too. I didn't even notice that, especially for a shortstop. Amish, I want you to comment on everybody's body type though. Whenever anybody's super thick, say something. Here we go. It's the bottom of the Jays lineup: Boston, Ortega, and then Timpner.
Just about set to go for the
oh, here comes Heidi. So generally, I'm a fan of Heidi Wadney. I'm okay with it. I think she should only be in March to October though. Just give her a bunch of lines in March to October and have her have her be a big part of that, since it's really like storyline based. But this is annoying that I can't skip this quick animation of her talking about stuff that we already know. Of course, I'm in no rush to finish the game. It's just frustrating.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right.
That's right, Amish. Yeah, I do have a number of guys that just look crazy in general. I pointed out one of them on Solo Bounty's stream, and he had one of the more extreme stances. I can't think of the player off the top of my head now, but he was a third baseman on the Giants in AAA. Here it is, strike 2. And then, hey, there's no problem with talking about Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson, one of the better ones. I'm not sure if you followed Dr. Sublime. He made another Ricky Henderson cap. One of the better ones, I have to say as well. He's one of the better face makers if you need some older play. He generally does legend players, but if you need a cap, that's one of the guys you should message.
High in the air,
this is a lazy fly ball. Jackson's under it.
Jackson comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for route number 1.
Also, yeah, shout out to Dr. Sublime if he's watching. He said that he might. So.
Digging in, Roberto Ortega. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
There it is, locking on an animation.
Andrews is over near the line.
Yeah, he did make Johan Santana today. I believe he made 2 versions, right? He made a Twins and a Mets version. That's good looking right there. I like Johan Santana a lot. Remember where I was when he threw his no-hitter, the long one when he pitched for the Mets. But good memory right there.
First pitch coming, here it is.
I believe it was the Mets, right?
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
Not exactly going to go easy on him, but oh, he didn't have a Mets version. Maybe I was delusional. I don't know. I'd pull up the Twitter. I'm not going to do that on stream, though, of course.
Back up the middle, and that's through.
We can
for
check
hit.
on that
So we'll
at
go
a later time.
deeper into the
Oh, he's really going to second, too.
That extends the inning.
Yeah, you're out. Let's go.
And they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired.
Yeah, that is a bad decision. Why are you shaking your head?
In order. Score holds. It's 3-1.
So we're scattering 7 hits. I like that. I'm okay with giving up hits if it doesn't mean giving up runs.
Now at the plate, Lenny.
Yeah, Amish. I try to do as many as much edits to the stances as I can. Try to get it to be a little more extreme. And then I'm trying to use every animation in the game now too. That's taken some time. I have most of the pitching ones, and then you have like the older players where they do the whole like Walter Johnson wind, and I don't need that in the roster too frequently.
Now a fastball
In my
for a ball
opinion.
strike. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch.
But yeah, try to edit every single stance at least a little bit.
Hot shot to third and handled for the first out.
Now back. Rockies. Marte.
Digging in, Joaquin Marte.
Marte, he had that home run.
Matty V, a 2-strike straight changeup, but this guy's changeup is one of the best in the league. We'll see if he tries that different approach this time, and maybe if he gets to 2 strikes, try to use the fastball a little bit more than that straight changeup.
There we go. That's a nice take right there. Again, that's the pitch I'm going to swing at all the time. So I'm proud of myself for taking that.
In the game, of course, his skills behind the plate are well documented, and in a position like catcher, that makes a big difference for his team.
Yeah, Amish, like the like Walter Johnson, or who else has one that's really extreme, like Vita Blue. There was a guy recently who had one. If you remember, I believe it was Ross Ollendorf, had like one of those animations where he really oh my God, that's bad swing. Where Ollendorf like took a step over and then back, and just like there's no point you like waving your arm and everything right before you throw the ball here. Come on. That's a ball down. Let's go.
That time, ball 3.
Full count here to Marte. There's a ball. Let's go. That's my first walk. Again, keeping track of the milestones on the stream. First walk right there. So, hopefully we got lots of firsts. Hey, I'd be into that too, Amish. Go for like a road to the show. Make a closing pitcher like that. That would be cool. Yeah, and of course you got to give him the old timey wind if you're gonna have him with the handlebar mustache. Yeah, those go together. Let's go. Did I get this one? I usually watch the shadow. I can't watch it when it's. That would have been sweet because that's my 9-hitter. Right?
Second baseman. Homer. Webster.
And here we go back to the top. It's Homer Webster.
Digging in once again, Homer Webster. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Comes set. Here's the
take the first one, force it to in the B for the plate. Here we go. There's 2 relievers for the Jays. It's Looney and Nathan. Jays have one of the more interesting pens, in my opinion, too. Of course, now he started to go, so I can't look at it. But I really like. Yeah, there's Chapman. They have him as a closer now. But Chapman's like he's almost like a Josh Hader type, where he's not as dominant as Hader is, but it's like a multi-inning, left-hander, like Andrew Miller in his prime when he was with Cleveland kind of thing. And then Trotter's a new guy, and then Carter doesn't have any breaking pitches. He's a 4-seam cutter sinker, I believe, or 4-seam sinker cutter, something like that. And the cutter just has lots of movement, so it looks like a late breaking slider or something, but it's just a really good cutter. And he can't pitch more than an inning because he doesn't have the pitches or the arsenal to get through more than a few outs. Then yeah, Amish, yeah, we're playing at a major league stadium here, boys. So you got to really get it if you're trying to get out to center.
And that misses downstairs for a ball. 1-1.
What do you mean a speed type on Amish? Never noticed if you built any teams that demanded a pitcher ahead of a speed type on an NL team. Sorry, I just don't understand.
Now the pitch. Here's a fastball now that's hit softly down the line to third. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning.
Not necessarily. For the most part, the teams are built to reflect how I feel real life is. So for the most part, there's going to be players that don't have, okay, the player I bring up has bunting, but for the most part, players don't have. don't have like it mimics real life. So there are some pitchers that hit well and everything. And there are some pitchers that will that could bat higher. Wait. But yeah, I don't. I think it's tied to the manager actually, whether or not a pitcher will bat in a spot other than ninth. I believe. I think Joe Madden has that. So if you look at I think he's on the Angels now. If you look at the Angels will have their pitcher batting eighth, but then no other team will have their pitcher batting eighth. Because it used to be him on the Cubs. That's a nice pitch in the corner.
Your idea of working the count goes out the
But
window.
I mean that's personal preference as well. If you want to bat the pitcher somewhere else, if you want to have a speed guy bat ninth, I'm not too into it. Mostly because I remember the Ken Maka Brewers, and Ken Maka always had the pitcher batting eighth. If you go back before, what was that? When he was there, 2012 to 2014 or 15, or whatever it was. Ken Maka drove me crazy because I didn't understand why the pitcher's spot should get more plate appearances than the nine hitter, or than a position player.
He must have a really good eye at the plate.
And yeah, that's definitely on the wish list, Amish. I'd like to see, create a manager, or at least like customizable managers. You don't really get to see like the pool of who's like a candidate for managers like outside of franchise. So that's definitely on the wish list. And I'd really like to be able to make some old guys to go along with, this entire universe that I made of players, because it kind of gets weird when you're playing as the Dodgers and you see you see Dave Roberts in the dugout instead of a fictional coach. So same thing with any other team, of course. It just pulls the Dodgers out of thin air.
He wouldn't be able to complain about it.
In now, Sonny Hayashi, as he will take a look at a fastball in there as that strike zone expands just a little. It's 0-1. First at bat of the game for him here in the fifth, as he was a late entrant into this one.
Yeah, I'm getting lucky more than doing well, I'd say, for the strikeouts here.
Nothing in one pitch.
Umpire really likes to give me that high pitch right now, it seems.
You got to go into battle mode after falling down 0-2 and find a way to work yourself.
Now I'm just going to bury one. 0-2 pitch to a guy who can't hit.
Blue Jays shortstop with a 1-2 count.
Same thing here. Got to go low.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Right, yeah, and then he fights back. Those are two pretty easy pitches for him to take anyways. I was just really hoping he'd go after one of them. And then now we compete with another fastball in the zone.
He stays alive, still 2-2. 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto.
Cool. There it is.
3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Pretty impressive back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning. What's even more important is now he gets to face.
So the goal, of course, is always 9 strikeouts for 9 innings. And usually on Hall of Fame, or if you play on Legend, you're not going to get close to that number. So I'm really happy with this right now to get 5 of them through 5 innings.
As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far.
This is the guy I want to pitch around, so I don't exactly want to. Let's just keep doing fastballs out there. Much less scared of Shepard than I am of Peterson.
If you've been paying attention, the guy on the mound does not want to come inside. If I'm at the plate, I'm leaning out over.
Yep. Dero got the nail in the head there. Sometimes the announcing's not great here, but he exactly said what I was thinking there. I'm just trying to pitch around him, throw these pitches just off the plate.
And no errors in the game for Toronto.
And then that one was on the plate. That's not what I wanted.
Down the middle for strike 2.
Yeah, that's middle almost.
This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss,
What's up? Who's that? Nerd World Podcast? Welcome.
One in the seats.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Count remains full. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Thanks, Jake. So that's the guy who told me which camera to get. It's a personal friend of mine who also does some streaming. I think he just started a franchise. Yeah, he's still working on that one with my roster as well. Yeah, I'm gonna back it up to YouTube so you can watch it on there as well.
Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Big time knock right there again.
With the single swing of that, and
That's what I was trying to avoid. Rather have a runner at first after I walk him than give up a double after he smacks it, you know.
Who knows what kind of roll they could get on. Got to take it one good at bat at a time.
He's set. Here it comes.
I just got to be careful with Shepard because there's a runner in scoring position. He is the tying run. It is just the 5th inning, but you got to at least think about it. And no way he goes home here. I nailed the throw meter too. What a hawk. Jake, I'll have the game started tomorrow. There it is. Yep. Yeah, so he did a fantasy draft. And yeah, and then you said you're playing games later, so that's good. I'll definitely be watching if you play tomorrow. So, especially tomorrow night. My nights are a little more open than my days, at least this week.
Standing in now, Tyson Decker. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. 1 for 2.
And then for anyone else, if you do stream with my roster, tag me in it on Twitter. I will be watching. I'd really like to. I do like to watch any gameplay of the roster. I like to see what people think. I like to chat with people who are playing with it. So, tag me. I'll definitely stop by. That's good, Jake.
And it's fouled away.
Yeah, that was the pitch I wanted to get him with, the 0-2 fastball up. You just try a curveball down now. I know there's a run on third. It's not even going to look at third, yep. But again, Marte's got such good blocking, I'm not even worried about it.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off.
Go back with the fastball up, right? Pops it up. Let's go. Sneak out of it. And that was the guy who had to hit last time when they scored, so it's nice to get out of it without giving up a run there.
And it remains a
3-1
ball game.
Done through 5. I got 2, 3, and 4 coming up.
At the plate, Corey Jackson.
Here's Jackson. I said before I signed him as a free agent. I believe he's 40 years old. I think I can see that on the player card in game. No, he's 39. So he usually retires after 1 year, and then goes in the Hall of Fame actually. So I wanted to sign him and have him go into the Hall of Fame with a Spiders cap on.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Count 1-0.
The 1-0. Ground ball left side.
Ooh, is it getting through? There it is. That's a knock. I believe that's Hayashi at second. He's not, or short, I mean, he's not primarily a shortstop.
Nice effort by the
so that helps right there.
Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, dealer in a spot like that.
And then here's Paulie. Paulie Keys gets the bat with the runner on.
Just to knock that ball down was a pretty good job. Any way you look at it, that should be scored a base hit, and I'm sure it was.
So now the Jays manager will make his way out toward the mound, and it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. He'll wind up lasting just 5 innings here. Didn't pitch all that poorly, yet he's gone nonetheless. Brent Looney takes the ball here as he'll enter with a runner at first and nobody out.
Brent Looney.
All right, Brent Looney. I like to look at the pitches before we start for every new pitcher. So sinker, slider, and a four seam from Looney. Fastball only get up to 92. Cool. Okay. So generally, I'll put the PCI down just a little bit for sinker bowlers, and there was the pitch I wanted to hit right there. Not even a strike, and I still try to go after it because it's a sinker in the middle of the plate. But yeah, PCI down when I'm facing sinker bowlers. And that's why you get a lazy fly ball.
Rodriguez is there, and he has it for the first out.
Yep, that's the first out.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Eric Rowe, 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far.
Rowe got nothing yet. And I said before, he's a little better against left-handers. Yeah, 64-89. That's competent against left-handers. It's more than competent, of course. 89 power is fantastic. And then he doesn't even really have a great hot zone. I know my face is over the hot zones, but he's got nothing for the left one. So sorry, Josh C, if you're watching. He's a
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Josh is a big slider guy, and then he did a franchise with the Braves, I believe, with the roster, and his biggest thing is hot zones. So paying attention to hot zones is really important in his mind, and I of course adopted that as well. That's not a good pitch roster, but yeah, that's something you should be paying attention to in this roster as well as hot zones, because those matter.
Fouled away.
Yeah, it's 1-2. It's got to go slider again, right? I don't even know. I would think so, unless he goes fastball up, right? Who else wants to guess? Slider up. That's not at all what you wanted to throw. Cool, 2-2. It's a double play ball.
Cleanly to second for one.
Yep, and then Rowe just doesn't have any speed, so no chance you're beating that out on the back end.
Around the horn they go. 5-4 to 3 to end the threat. More from the show. Saturday baseball following this message.
What's up? That's
from our local station.
How do you say that? Is it Henhueri? I don't know. Appreciate it. Yep, I'm always gonna wear some baseball shirt or a PlayStation shirt like today, and then I got a surprise shirt for another one of the streams. We'll see. Here we are in the 6th. Morrison, really proud of this pitching performance to get into the 6th. That's kind of a 2020 school of thought, is that you're really happy whenever pitchers get into the 6th inning. It's Henry. Got it. Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna have a tough time reading names that I didn't create. So, hey, there we go. Henry's the new follower. Appreciate it, buddy.
The windup and the 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
It's 1-1 slider off the plate.
Lofted in the air out toward right center.
Here we go. Lenny
on.
Andrews gets there.
He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
For the first out. 84 pitches too, not bad.
Into the box now.
Yeah, man, it's been a while.
To start the afternoon.
Actually, I don't think I recognize the name. Who? I think. Do I know you personally? Is this what it is? I feel bad because I honestly don't know. Here is Todd Austin,
Here's
first
the
pitch.
First pitch to him. We're in the 6th inning here in a 3-1 ball game. Swing and a line drive, but just fouls as he just misses extra bases.
I think for every
0-2, gotta go
player,
split her
for every
down.
former player, that swing right there is the reason we need to extend the netting without question. Want the fans to be safe.
Let's go fastball up again.
1-2 pitch.
I don't think he turns around a high fastball like that.
And he
Nope.
just misses inside with the fastball.
Thanks, Mom. I love this shirt too. Fastball up again. Gotta keep at it, right? Nowhere near
Fastball
it.
didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now. 3-2.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And there's out number 2.
Okay.
The left fielder, number 99, Roberto Ortega.
Coming to the plate now, Roberto Ortega.
So I believe Ortega's a free agent after season 1. He's one of the guys I might target. Look at his player card real fast. Again, really great hitter against left-handers, and then good defender. You can see the fielding's both in the 90s. Arm is fine, but he can play left field, so that's perfectly all right. And yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. I know it's the 5th already, but Happy New Year.
First pitch on its way.
Yeah, good riddance 2020. Stay out of this.
Good breaking ball right there. Good hard slider. The count now 0-2. He's getting deep into the outing, but his slider is still staying sharp. He doesn't look at all like he's starting.
Forgot to mention too, if you're not following me on Twitter already, please do that. It's Bacon's Fictional. That's where I'll post a lot of details about when I'll be streaming and then anything about the roster. So I appreciate all of that, all the love. This is a quick 1, 2, 3 frame. So we're good through 6.
1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays.
Nice part about this too is I'm playing in the AL. Of course, with Cleveland being an AL team, so we have the DH. Don't have to worry about pulling the pitcher at a certain time to pinch hit. So that's excellent.
Francisco Carter is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 66.
Here's Carter. Yeah, like I said, he was originally the closer, and then now he's not. So probably from poor performance. What's he at? 4.22 ERA. Yeah, that's probably why then. Yeah, he only has 4 saves.
Yeah, that last at bat.
Schwabenland, of course, he had that home run. That was his last time out.
He didn't hit it a country mile, but hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
No balls and 1 strike.
And this is what I was talking about with Carter before. 4-seam cutter, 2-seam is his pitch mix. I didn't do that too much with guys who just had 3 pitches that were all fastballs. But there's a few you can find, and usually they're really effective because the fastballs have so much movement. Yeah, see, and that's 101. Like, that's 101 4-seam with movement. Like, I'm not getting on that unless I, get the PCI right where he's going to throw it. So, see, and then that's right down the middle, and I move the PCI. Okay, so 1-2.
He'll try again. 1-2.
Oh, there it is. He smoked it. Oh, and it's caught.
Catch that. He did. What
Damn.
a play there for the
I need
first
more hits
out.
that aren't homers, though. I love the sound of perfects. It's such a nice addition. I'm sure anyone who's watching this has been playing the game since March, or at least is familiar with the game. And perfect just sounds so good. It's so satisfying whenever you hear it. So
Now
hopefully we get more of those. Yeah, and then you get the little animation in the bottom left. So satisfying.
For 2 with a pair of strikeouts
And it's
thus
an
far.
out.
Smoked on the ground up the middle. Throw gets him. 2 down.
The right fielder, number 66. Ready. Andrew.
Sorry, Henry. Of course you haven't played it. But yeah, perfect. It's when you have perfect timing and perfect PCI placement, and it's like the best case scenario for when you swing. Again, anybody who regularly plays the show is well aware of that, but I forgot that I actually do have some people who are watching who are family and friends. Yeah.
High and
Yeah, I
deep
missed
down the
that.
left field line. And that will end up a foul ball.
So the big difference is scoring runs late. If I can get runs late, then we'll definitely win. I'm not a big fan of the Cleveland bullpen. Seem to be underachieving, but we need to score add-on runs.
Fastball, and ooh, that ran in and drilled him.
And I'm sure that one stings a little bit. The best revenge he can get for his pain is to find a way to come around to score. We'll see if his guys can move him around the bases.
So coming to the plate, Joaquin Marte.
Cool, okay, I do have 4 hits. What was my other hit, the one that wasn't the home run? Does anyone remember? Marte had a walk, so he's been on both times.
Here's the first
That's a ball.
And a ball, 1-0. A runner on first with 2 away.
Barely.
And it's fouled away.
Henry, I think all of our dads tell us we're the best. But I agree with him.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Oh, not even close. Right? Was I early? I was early on 97. I'm so ready for him to throw 100 again, and he's throwing these cutters instead.
He's set. Here's the 2-2.
And then there's a fastball up.
This pitch is taken high and away to fill the count. It's 3-2.
Yeah, I respect your dad's opinion, Henry. So yeah, you should too.
He could score all the way from first.
Wait on that now. How late? Because I didn't know it'd be a strike or not.
Payoff pitch one more time.
And then this one.
Swing,
Did I get this?
able to get a lot of this one out toward deep right field.
Let's go. It's off the wall. That's what I'm talking about. Add-on runs right there. It's Marte with a double. He's 2 for 2 in the game back. Let's go. Drives in 2 runs as well. Let's get it. It's only his 8th double. Again, he was hurt for a lot of the season. So it's beautiful. I love when the outfielder turns around and you know it's going to be off the wall instead of him catching it. Here's Ziegler. He's 0 for 2.
To the plate now, Doug Ziegler, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Didn't quite catch the zone there.
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty fly. I would agree with that. Ziegler 1-1. It's going to be a fastball. That's all I know. That one's up as well. It's 2-1.
Good time to be a 9-hole hitter right now. More than likely going to get a good pitch to hit. The top of the order is looming on deck. Good spot to be a good hitter right now.
Set and the 2-1 pitch.
I didn't think it was that bad to hit. It's way off on the PCI though. Okay, here's 2-2 to Ziegler. I got the top of the order next, so adding on would be great. And that's not going to be it.
Center fielder on the run. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side.
Marte with a double. Let's go.
Well, the run will score in the inning on this RBI double. Get up and stretch. Home half of the 7th coming up. Cleveland is on top 4-1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And set to
oh yeah, I remember Henry. Yeah, I know who you are. And I know who your dad is. So it's the 7th. I'm going to at least think about the bullpen here. It's a 3-run lead, so I'm not too worried. But I like Jordan Davis, so let's get him going. Lefty. And then let's also think about probably Peterson because he's the most well rested. Let's get him warming up as well. I don't think I'm going to give Morrison go into the 8th, even though he's pitching well. Actually, really well, too.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Do you stream it all, Henry? Also, should I keep calling you Henry? Because I know who you are. And I know you don't go by Henry.
Grounded to first. He's got it. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
The center fielder, number 9.
Oh, okay.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
And now back
And then, yeah, of course, your dad told you.
Jays lineup, stepping in, Pablo Rodriguez.
Oh, you do go by Henry.
0 for
Okay.
3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. Liner towards second.
Nowhere close.
And
Don't know why I
some
dove.
outfield grass hits a base hit.
Got it. Okay, so it was a phase.
They've been treating him
And now
like
it's
a
Henry.
punching bag out there. As we take a look at the line, you can see that he's given up.
Yeah, so there you go. That's my 10th hit given up, though. But I don't know. Do I take him out now? I don't really want to put in a lefty because I'm gonna be stuck with the lefty. This is the dumb 3-batter rule right here now. Not exactly a fan of this because I'd like to put in Davis to face Hayashi because he has no power against lefties, and then I'd put in the righty against Peterson and Shepard because both of them hit well against lefties, and I want to get a righty in there instead. But no, let's keep her moving here, I guess. Hayashi, not too much of a threat with the bat. I do have a runner on. But yeah, he could go.
Into the box now, Sonny Hayashi.
Yeah, 60 for those who don't know, and maybe for those who do, 60 is enough to steal usually. If you have 60 speed and 60 stealing, that's usually at least enough to attempt the base. You gotta, of course, pick your spot. That's similar to how it works in real life. But I don't really see him going now, especially with an 0-2 count. And you would have gone with Hayashi at the plate, but I don't see him going with Peterson at the plate now.
2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2.
It's gotten to 2 strikes.
In the dirt here.
Maybe I shouldn't throw it in the dirt while I'm talking about a guy possibly stealing.
7th now, 4-1 our score to this point.
I just want a double play.
Started to chase there.
That would be best case scenario right here, double play.
No swing. It's ball 2.
No.
Here now the 2-2. It's the top of
And
the
that's the
zone.
strike. Oh, let's go. Fastball only at 88, but it works. That's his 6th strikeout. Cameron Morrison's been excellent today.
I think that pitch up right there was a good one.
Let's go.
Obviously, the
Hayashi
double
couldn't
play
do
is more
anything.
efficient,
So
but
here's
you're
Peterson.
always going to take the
I
K when you're
think,
on the mound.
yeah, he's out of energy. Probably. What should I do here? Does anybody know? Yeah, Henry. Affiliate's the goal. If you know anything about me, you know that I haven't been paid for this yet. But yeah, so that's the goal. Hey, oh, that's another follower. That's Bullet. What's up, man? Yeah, so yeah, that's the goal, to get to affiliate. And I know what I need to do exactly, so it's just doing it at this point. Yeah, hey Bullet, welcome.
Into the box, Brennan Peterson.
For anyone who doesn't know, Bullet's one of my friends from OS. Operation Sports is one of the websites where I posted a lot of early details about the roster and where you can probably still find most of the details because all of that's still on there. And Bullet's one of my bigger fans on the site. He has recommended a number of people, including recently. So thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Thanks to everyone for being here, of course. Yeah. And there's a strikeout. Let's go. Bring in the righty. Get the strikeout. Let's go. It's
Blue Jays held in check, and this is still a
excellent.
4-1 ball game.
Peterson is one of my nice right-hand relievers. The bullpen's like, I don't know, I got like a love-hate relationship with it because some of these guys just don't perform well, but they got like a nice mix, so they got some nice attributes, and they just haven't done well this franchise. And hello to Brad, that's my mom's friend. Bullet, are you sure you're the first Baconite? I don't know, I got a brother. Can I say you were the second? Honestly though, no. Bullet's one of my biggest supporters, and I'm really glad he's here.
First offering on its way. Now the bunt attempt hits him here. But they're going to say he offered at it. And
Wow,
that's
I
the
got hit
first
by that
strike.
pitch.
With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, maybe, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this.
Yeah, Baconite. Baconite is a nickname that Bullet actually came up with about my followers, about anyone who knows about the roster, and of course, most notably on OS. So yeah, he can explain that if he really wants to. But yeah, but Baconite, yeah, I honestly love it. It's it's nice to have enough of a following where they've nicknamed themselves. As long as you don't betray me, of course, then we're fine.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. In comes the center fielder. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the center fielder, Paul Key.
Stepping up to the plate, Paul Keys.
Paulie. Need to do something. Yeah, he's 0 for 3.
First delivery to him on the way. Loud contact.
Slider coming right across the plate, and he just fouls it off. That's a line drive shot, though. I need to just straighten it out, right?
In one count, here it comes.
Here it is. Okay.
He's got that.
See, I'm impressed with Paul Keys because I expect so much out of him. And he's the only, super useful bat in this lineup. And that's a contact swing right there. 0-2 contact swing. Is he going to go yard? Let's go! Right as I'm talking about it. Let's go. Yeah, Paul Keys, one of the better hitters on the roster, the entire roster. Glad to have him here. He's a big storyline moving forward on the direction of this team, on which 3 prospects I could possibly get, or how much money he's going to ask for in free agency. We'll see. I'm really not sure.
He's too hot right now.
Now batting, third baseman.
At the plate now, Eric Rowe. Here's another.
I get another one? See, Rowe just had to face a left-handed pitcher. That's all he needed right there. Let's go. This is a laugher now. No, just kidding. 6-1's on a laugher. Bullet, yeah. I'd say it's a great community. I'm really happy with the people we got. I'm glad I started it on OS because OS is full of a bunch of people who are really dedicated to the game and really want the best experience, and that's definitely how I felt when I joined almost 8 years ago now, Operation Sports.
Amazing stuff today, guys.
Yeah, man.
And there it is. That's 5 home runs, like you just said.
5 bombs from one team.
Here's Trotter. He's another new guy from the roster. Again, I'm using an exclusive roster that's just my own. I'm thinking about uploading it. I might not. I believe he's in the player vault, though, Justin Trotter. So you can find him in the player vault.
Now batting, number 48.
Stepping in now, Christopher Schwabenland.
And Henry, yeah, let me know what games you're playing. I'm actually kind of curious because you play a bunch of stuff. And then yeah, any followers you got, anybody who wants to watch me talk about baseball and talk about my own fictional world, send them my way.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Trotter is about as stingy as they come in terms of
knuckle curve and a slider. Throwing 2 sliders already. You gotta throw a fastball here then, right? I'm always guessing here. Destiny 2, it's free on Steam and PlayStation. Nice, okay. Is that with PS Plus? I didn't even know what the games are this month. That's a bomb. Love it.
There is no doubt about this one. And they've done it again. Back to back to
Okay, I'm really not going to hit this many home runs. Generally, at least I don't think so.
Solo shot to right center. His
But that's
second
a
of the
tank
game,
right there.
as
Let's
it's now
go.
a 6-run ball game.
Second of the game, 15th on the season. Yeah, it is a free game, Henry. Okay, cool. Definitely at least check it out. Yeah. This home run celebration. Okay, yeah, it's online only. Yeah, I'll mess around with it then. Love that sound too. And it's a second deck shot. Now it's a laugher. Can I say that now? 7-1. Oh, who's the pitcher I'm going to put in the 9th then? Put in my long man.
In now, Chad Wood. As the
Let's
first
ball
pitch
in.
to him runs a bit
Look at
inside
that
for
bullpen.
1.
I don't want Davis anymore. I'll save him for another time. Probably do Winters. I could probably send Winters out there next. He's like a side armor. He's got a pitch mix that works really well with the arm slot that he throws out of, and then he throws about 92. So he's a side armor. And then maybe I'll think about Montgomery, but I kind of don't want to spend my long man already. So we'll see. I'm not entirely sure. The issue is I'll also be simulating some games, so the CPU will take control of who they want to use in certain spots depending on which slot they're in the bullpen. And I don't really want Montgomery to get used when I don't want him to be used. So maybe I want to leave his energy at the highest, and I'll just use Winters. Yeah, that sounds good. I talked myself into it there.
The set and the 1-0 pitch.
Wood's better against righties. I believe the other shortstop I got, yeah, here's Wood. Yeah, much better against righties. Yeah, that 74 power is enough. He's usable. And then a classic Bacon player. He's got arm strength for days. I had a couple guys on OS point that out that I tend to give a lot of arm strength. What's up, Solo? This is another guy who streams with my roster. I believe you're on YouTube now. I believe he does his Bacon stream on Wednesdays if the schedule is still consistent. So check him out on YouTube. And then, of course, here's my other shortstop. I just got him. I'm not going to pinch hit. I'm just looking. It's Carlos Ortiz. He's slightly better against lefties. Doing great, Solo. How are you, buddy? 2-0. This should be a fastball, right?
Now the pitch.
And it is, and I fouled it off. I did close the timing window a little bit, so I made my own sliders. I said that earlier, and I kind of made the window a little smaller, so I'm not exactly on these pitches always.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
That's good, Solo. Hey, I'm just relaxing too. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is something. The overlay itself is something I threw together pretty quick. I'm probably going to move the words in the top right corner where it says Bacon's fictional franchise, but I like having that there. That's a walk. I'm not going to pay attention when I get walks. But I didn't know that my viewers and comments would still show up in the top right like it does when you stream just straight through your PlayStation. But yeah, again, yeah, just threw it together, buddy. Yeah, it took me just a few minutes, and I'm happy with how it turned out.
Hopefully it doesn't stiffen up. I want to see if he can get through something right here.
This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. 2 out with the man at first. I just couldn't pull that one back in time. It's
Solo, do you know what Stealth is doing today? I should have told him that we were playing his Blue Jays. I didn't even think about that. It's not a pitch I want to swing at. Let's go 0-2
the next
pitch.
0-2. And a check
Oh, he's doing NCAA today? Nice. Yeah, I think he's doing that every day this week, right? I don't even know. Dog got sprayed today. Damn, is that a skunk? That doesn't sound like any fun for you or the dog. And that's a terrible swing. Yeah, I'm not gonna play NCAA 14 on this stream.
Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming
honestly,
up.
I'm just not.
The Spiders are out on top, 7-1.
But oh, she got fixed. Okay. Oh, you said spade. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I can't read.
It doesn't look very promising so far.
Okay, so I'm gonna put in Winters here. I don't like doing mound visits when the inning starts, so I won't do that. That's cheesy, my opinion. So here's Winters. 40 games, 46 innings. He's got one save opportunity, but it's blown. No, I think you spelled it right there. So I just don't know how to read. And then I want to only have him go 1. I'll probably And Zanio pitched the other one. Try to get that ERA down. He's got some nice velo as well. Doesn't throw a changeup though. Here is Winters. And there you go. You can see his release point. The first dot right there, the first baseball that doesn't move, that's his release point. And then the second one's where I think it's going to go.
On its way.
It is. That's
Now
ball
a good
low.
pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone.
Go second pitch change or the sinker right there. Nope.
Blowing away as he misses again.
Okay.
2-0. Winters
Don't like this.
over
It's
40
okay. I got a
innings on
6-run
the
lead.
so far.
Let's go slider. Try to throw a strike. Winters doesn't have much for control. So
3-0 to him now.
now 3-0. Let's pipe one. Yeah, I didn't think he'd swing on 3-0.
This is going to be a base hit, and he may take that big turn at first.
So there you go. That's going to be a double there. Lead off the frame.
And the Jays are in business now. It's a leadoff double.
The Jays are in business. They're also down 6 runs. Here's Tyson Decker.
No question, he's swinging the bat very
I
well.
like throwing fastballs up with sinker ballers. I don't know why. Especially the sidearmers like Winters here.
That's his second
It just
base
is
knock.
super enjoyable to watch him
That's now 2
throw a
hits so
high
far for him in
fastball
this
past
one.
the guy.
Rolled
That's a
slowly
slider.
down the
That's a
third
nice
base
pitch right
line,
there.
But this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2.
Right on the corner. And then he also throws a slurve. Let's throw
Here comes the 0-2
2 off the
pitch.
plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Got that fastball again, right?
Hit well down the left field line, but back
Yeah, so
into the crowd.
I don't even know what Winters' K rate is. What is it? 80. So he shouldn't have too much
No one out
trouble
with a runner at second.
striking out.
And 2-2.
It's really interesting seeing how other guys play. What do you mean by that, Bullet? You mean like you mean guys in the roster or guys playing the game? I mean, everybody plays the show differently. I've been in leagues and I've watched people play, and I've seen like the super zoomed in cameras and everything, and
it's a 7-2 game.
you know, I just have no comfort with the really zoomed in cameras. And then I, of course, only changed my pitching one for the stream. Come on, Winters, you got this, buddy.
Brandon Radke. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide at first. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Well hit the
He's
other
giving up
way, and it's in
solid
again.
contact here. It's not what I want.
Decker is on his way home.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. I'm not getting at the
Safe
plate there.
at the plate, and the deficit is cut to 4.
And now we're up 0-4. All right. At least should consider Manzanillo here. Let's go. This will be his last hitter here. I'll put in Manzanillo. Nice pitch right there, Winters. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's just that he left his out. Nope. Okay, well he did. Okay. All right, I lied about it. That being his last batter. Then I want Winters to keep going. He's one of my lower rated relievers, so I'd rather have him pitch in one of these games than one of the close, 4-3 game kind of thing. Ortega's not doing anything. Beyond that, so I can throw it in.
Keys is there, 2 gone.
There we go. Yeah, this is the bottom of the lineup too, so it's nice to just get through it with a lower rated reliever.
So stepping in, Chad Timpner. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
That's a nice pitch right there. Love that one. Sinker right on the inside.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch.
There it is again.
Line to the
No
right
way you're
side.
getting to that. It's going to get another
Lead, but
run.
he can't bring it down. Base hit. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate.
Not a good throw in.
Not in time as the run scores.
Oh yeah, Bullet. Yeah, the best part about the show is the customization. Like, and I'm not saying just the roster. I mean, like, I can change everything in terms of how the screen looks and the controls itself. The fisheye camera, like you're talking about, or the hit trail. I don't like the hit trail, but lots of people like the hit trail after you after you hit it during the day, or I think you can have it on during night games too. But kind of like gives it a little bit more of an arcade feel. And I like the simulation feel, of course. As a big baseball fan, I want it to feel like a baseball game. What's up, Kasabi? I was just talking about you earlier. He's the guy who made the logos. Again, most of the logos, that's Kasabi. I'm not sure if it's a hard E or an A. But welcome, man.
1-0 pitch.
And of course, Kasabi also did a YouTube franchise. He's in the playoffs now, I believe, or I know his team missed the playoffs, but he was doing he was showing the other teams that made the playoffs on YouTube. I've been watching some of that. And he did a 30-team rebrand, and Jackson's not going to get to that. This is bad now. Now I might need to put in a good reliever. That's bad, man. Now it's 7-5. Hey, it's a good thing I hit all those home runs earlier then, right?
Well, that run won't be charged against him, but he's still disappointed. His job is to shut the door down.
Castillo's at least been shut down. He's been really good in the sim release. And then I believe he was All-Star. Yeah, that's right, Kasabi. Go Spiders for the next inning and a half. And then we got the Kings on deck. I'm going to plan on playing 2 games today. That was been the plan since I decided to stream. So hopefully we just do 2 games every day, and that's just going to work the easiest for this franchise. There it is. This is the guy I need to get right here too. Hayashi's not too much of a threat. I said that last time we made it through the lineup. Yeah, I don't see him going either. Time runs at the plate. So. Yeah, Kasabi, I'm a big fan of the Caps too. I think the home uniforms are going to be the better of the two. But I'm a big fan of the way that the road uniforms look. And I made the gray just a little bit darker. Like it's kind of like a silver in game for a lot of teams. And like the Diamondbacks, and there's like a couple others that have like a darker gray, and that's the gray that I went with, at least for the road one. And I'm not going to get to that. Okay. Gotta get this guy. This is the guy. This is the key to the innings, getting through him, and then there's. I just don't want to have to face Peterson. Oh!
I don't blame the pitcher one bit.
Yeah, and that's in the strike zone too. That's what happens when you play with personalized umps, right?
He's still got the entire arsenal open to him, so we'll see what pitch he comes with.
There it is, and he reaches for something. There's no chance there. And then Kasabi, the Kings are a little bit more neutral. I believe it's purple and white for the road, and then they have just a gray jersey.
Bobby Jarvis enters from the pen to start.
But yeah, the Spiders are a little more of an old school look.
Right where it is heading to the bottom of the ninth.
Here's Jarvis. He was new this year, I believe, in the first set. Decent middle reliever. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to put in Castillo. It's a 2-run game. They've had hits galore against my starter and my relievers, so I need to put in my lockdown guy. There's Marte. We got 8, 9, and 1 here in the ninth. The shadows are wonky now too. This isn't ideal. That's a strike. Okay. Yeah, their home stadiums are still consistent. I wanted to keep them in the cities that they were in. I just did a quick rebrand. It wasn't a relocation. Just a rebrand. And then I've thought about it. Hopefully next year we create a stadium. If you follow the community, you know this already, but lots of people want to create a stadium. And I'd love to do, what you did this year, Kasabi, where you changed every single team. And then it'd be nice to, create 30 stadiums to go along with that instead of playing at the 30 major league stadiums. It'd be really cool if they really went all in with it. So I could have like a sign, it says like, what does it say? It says Rogers there. I think it said State Farm. Is it not anymore? It used to say, or it says State Farm in real life. But yeah, you could like throw the Nike symbol somewhere, have it say like #playball or whatever, change the wall so it says stuff. There's so much they can do with Create a Stadium that like it's just going to add like that another layer to the franchise mode when you do when you do the locations, yeah.
So
And yeah, team vaults. Team vaults would save so much time too. Yeah, I haven't told you how much time I've spent just throwing uniforms, or not uniforms, throwing logos up, or downloading logos, and then the uniform turns out different than I pictured it, kind of thing, and
It's a swing and a miss. That's strike
stuff like that.
three.
Or like, it'd be so easy to share these teams with you guys now, but I can't do that. I can just share the logos.
They're so tough to get the bat
Yeah,
on.
yeah, Jay, custom stadiums. That's what I want. Even if it's just offline, because I understand like if some people are worried about like DD and having people like make cheese stadiums to make it like 210 to left field and right field or whatever.
At the plate, Doug
But
Ziegler.
they should just make it so it's only offline and it's just for franchise, or it's just for, you know, a couple select mode. Even like custom leagues would be okay, because leagues are a little bit more, you know, lenient towards like people doing what they want than DD is. Where DD's that anything goes, wild west scenario.
Big swing at that one as this one's lifted high in the air and deep out to left field. Tega back to the track as he takes it for route number 2.
Now batting. The second
Yep.
baseman, Homer Webster.
There we go. Still need this insurance run. That'd be really great. But a 2-run lead's better than being down by 2, right?
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Right down the
And
middle.
there's a strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1.
Yeah, he made up his mind early to take the first pitch because that thing was right down the middle.
I did decide ahead of time to take that pitch. Sometimes D-Row's on point.
Here's the 0-1.
There it is.
Line
And that's a
drive
knock. That should...
And that
no,
is in there.
he doesn't have much of an arm, so I'm trying it.
He'll get it into second.
The throw was good, though.
Tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that,
What are you gonna
the
do?
side is retired.
Probably could have stole the base instead if I just held on at first, but oh well. Nice to get a knock there. And we're headed to the bottom of the ninth. It's 7-5. I do want to change pitchers.
Castillo takes the ball now in inning number 9.
Castillo, yeah, what I said before, he's excellent so far. 26 of 28, 33 in the third innings, just a 2.43 ERA. Very good. He's got to go through 3, 4, 5.
Leading up for Toronto, the catcher.
So now to the plate, Brennan Peterson, as he will take strike one
That's
on
right
the
there.
fastball
Let's
here.
go.
No balls and a
He's got
strike.
a ton of control for the fastball. I'm not too worried about that.
And there's ball 1. And that misses.
That's a good looking
1.
curveball right there too. I haven't pitched too much with Castillo. He was on one of the rival teams in my last franchise.
Fly
But
ball right down the line
I don't think
left.
I've used him before as my primary closer before.
And this will wind up a foul ball.
Okay, haven't shown him a slider yet. Let's try that.
Here's the pitch on 2-2.
Hey, leading off an inning in this situation, 3 balls on you.
Yeah, Bullet. I don't blame you. It's frustrating for a lot of us who enjoy franchise the most, where they really aren't focusing their efforts to the old school players. And a lot of the people who have been fans of the franchise for 10 years. And it's frustrating because they really haven't done a lot of improvements. And I have a ton on my wish list, and that wish list has been the same thing as last year and the year before. And it's frustrating. But I will be buying 21. I got to move the roster over, so I'm probably gonna keep going until I decide to stop moving the roster and stop having it in the next team. And that, I can't see the reason to stop at this point. That's nice. That's a nice pitch right there. Steele with 2 good pitches to start off here. Shepard's got 2 knocks, so their 3 and 4 guys have 5 hits combined. Gotta get that slider down and away. Missed it.
And it's fouled away.
This is when it's frustrating how much I missed the meter by. I should be hitting it near every time.
Working for the punch out and the offering.
And it goes
Fouled
after
away.
that pitch. Peterson's not going. He has no speed.
Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep.
Yeah,
his
but
at-bat
2020,
going.
or the one thing that was right in 2020 was the show. I said before, perfects. They are fantastic. It is so great. It's such a good feeling when you get a perfect too. And if they do anything about that, then like anything negative towards like taking it away or changing that, I'm not as much of a fan. But MLB 20 is one of the better games. It's one of the better ones in the entire 15 years they've made the show. This is legitimately a good game.
One thing to take note of is how these last two batters have really driven up his pitch count. He's had to use 14 pitches already.
There it is.
And he's not even through this guy yet. 14.
Yeah, I had to throw 15 pitches. Yeah, Plesac was just talking about that. Decker, damn, the middle of middle of their lineup is just wrecking my pitching. That's 3, 4, and 5 all have two or three hits. Decker, you're getting the fastball up. He's kind of patient too, so I'd expect him to be like a longer at bat as well. Gotta give him a swing at something. No. I didn't think that'd be a strike. Okay. Oh yeah, Kasabi. Yeah, check swings are definitely OP, especially online. There are some guys who are impossible to strike out because they spam check swings. They're just so good at holding back for whatever reason it is. Even with power swings, I've seen too. But yeah, they do need to adjust that just for the spamming aspect of it online. I'm okay with it offline. I don't see it as much of an issue. And this could be a double play to end the game, and it is. Let's go. If you're talking about DD Kasabi, then I 100% agree. They need to do better with the ratings, in my opinion, in short. But yeah. I believe is it White Mike? Yeah, I started this franchise. I just simmed it. So that was within the last week or so when I was preparing for the stream. And I did not do a fantasy draft. This is the Indians, and then I just changed the logos, and it's the Cleveland Spiders instead. Made a couple changes here and there I can talk about later if anyone wants to know about them. But for the most part, it's consistent with what the next roster will be like. Didn't really do too much. I don't know if anyone wants to look at the box score. I'm not gonna do this, but you're welcome to pause if you're watching on YouTube, because I'll have these on YouTube as well. And look at this. Anybody who had hits had multiple hits for the Jays. I don't like that. This was not good pitching. I just really got out of situation. Gave it 15 hits, but only 5 runs. So there you go. My player of the game, Christopher Schwabenland. That's great. Good for him. 2 home runs. Second one was a big one. And then yeah, Jake. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, check swings online just happen way too often. It's a real issue. I've played in custom leagues. I played through ranked seasons, and check swings just are too OP, and they don't really need to be as much of an advantage for the hitter as they are. So yeah, that would be great if they did something about that. But for the most part, I have no complaints about online play unless you want to completely redo it. Again, I just don't want to put in the effort to talk about all of the stuff that I would change. So here we go. I'm going to save before every game. So sorry, I think you can still see my face and everything. But here, I'll save here. And we're back. There we go. Here are the Kings. There we go. These were the Atlanta Braves. And then, yeah, Bullet, yeah, if you're buying the game just for a roster update, I'm putting out a roster update when 21 drops. So the idea is like if you're not going to buy the game, you still have my newest roster. Of course, I'm not going to keep updating it on MLB 20 while I have 21, but you'll at least have the newest one that I start with. So you don't have to worry about a roster update necessarily, or even that. Just ignore that and keep going on your franchise because I'm sure you have one going already. But yeah, here let's look at the Kings. We did get bit by the injury bug a little bit early on, so I lost. Who was it? Harrison. I sent him down, so he wasn't exactly that much of an issue. But Jordan is injured now, and then Kasabi. I'm near 3,000 right now. I'm about. I want to say it's closer to 2,900. I don't want to round up too much, but yeah, it's almost 3,000. And yeah, it's over 4 years. Took lots of time. I don't want to say how much time because legitimately sometimes I'd spend 8 hours in a day just making players, and sometimes I just have 15 minutes before work kind of thing, and that it's too hard to do any math like that. White Mike, the Kings are Atlanta. They were the Atlanta Braves. They're now the Atlanta Kings. Let's see who else. I believe Cook was hurt for a while. He's back now. His numbers aren't great. Yeah, just 44 games. So yeah, and then Riddle I said earlier was the other one. And then I brought up this young rookie. I made a trade with the Reds and got Elijah Fujita. He's fantastic. His stats even look good. 330 batting average. He was rookie of the month in May and June. Kasabi, my favorite player is probably lefty right on the Dodgers. He honestly has the best name, my opinion. He's one of those players that I really like. What's up, End of Trail? I'm guessing this is somebody I know personally since they said Christian instead of Bacon. But yeah, yeah, this is my favorite one, honestly. If I had to pick one player, and he's not the best player, of course, good defensive first baseman and nice left-handed bat, but not the most OP kind of. I didn't mean to change that. Not like the most OP player, but a really good player. So yeah, let's go to the Kings. Yeah, and how's everybody feeling? What should I do a second game? I didn't know the first one would take as long as it did. We're at about 2 hours now. So I'm not sure if we should keep going or if this should be it for the first one. I could talk about the roster a little bit more instead if anyone wants to just look at my whip file, or we can keep playing games here in this franchise. But yeah, so the Kings are kind of an older team. Not exactly in a good spot with them either. So they started off so bad, and then I had all these injuries, and because of the injuries, they really underachieved. And then we really didn't have much for pitching to begin with, and the pitchers still aren't great. And then this guy, Jalen Poole, is upset with me, or he was upset with me. He had an ERA in the 9s for a while, and it's down, but wasn't good. And then consistently though, like there's so many pitchers who are like almost there to being like major league contributors, and they just aren't a fan of their current role. So the morale is a little wonky. But yeah, it's not too bad. And then I didn't have too many injuries in the minors either. Fugate was hurt, but then he came back. He's one of the players I'm actually really excited for because he's not too far off, and he fits the mold of players that I like. So like left fielders or sometimes third baseman and first baseman, like I don't care about fielding. Like just give me hitting 60 plus across the board. Like as a young dude, like this guy's 19, he's gonna have 60s across the board to start next year. and then he's a major leaguer shortly after that, and he's pretty much 70 overall now. So he's ready. But yeah. Yeah, I saved already. I'm thinking I am gonna jump into a second game, and we can keep chatting through the second game, of course. Still got a good number of people here. So yeah, let's go. I'm gonna fill my water first, and then I'll come right back. I don't have a "I'll be right back" slide, um, but I'll just throw the opening up. Cool. Okay, I'm back. Bullet. Yeah, good to see you, buddy. Glad that you could make it at least for part of it. I appreciate all the support. Hope you're doing well, and of course, Happy New Year. And I'm sure I said that already, and he left. But let's get into the second game. It's going to be the Kings at the Rockies, hoping for a higher scoring one here. We just had a 7-5 game, but let's look at Hendricks. He's the pitcher for the Rockies. Four-seam slider, changeup, and a sweep and curve. And then we got National League play now. Decent pitcher. Let's look at the delivery. All right. And then just real quick, we'll go through controls. 76, 57, 43, and 79. So the curveball and the fastball are ones to look at. Always try to look at the control for the pitchers before you get going. Kind of gives you an idea of where his confidence is going to be for each of the pitches. And we'll get at this one. So I will be the Kings. There's the logo. We're playing in Colorado. Carson Dent is my starting pitcher. And here's JC Ray, my best player. I'll go full screen here. So the logo is one I'm actually pretty proud of. So it's still like the Atlanta Braves logo, like the A Atlanta. But then I added a little crown to the top, made the A yellow. And I think it looks really good, honestly. And then it just says Kings across the home jersey, and it says Atlanta across the road jersey. But yeah, I'm excited to get this one going. And again, I'm just going to leave the lineup as is. I generally would change it, but I got the presets like how I want them in terms of like versus right and versus left, and then with the DH and everything. So we're in a good spot. There's the standings. The East isn't really the best division. The Marlins kind of stand out, but they're underperforming. And I wouldn't even bother with the Phillies or Nats at this point. We're about there as well, though. So any team could still win it at this point.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Kings and the Colorado Rockies. It's Rockies.
Here we go. That's Chase
baseball
Parker. He's
on the show.
our starting catcher. He was our All-Star this year, and I believe he was the All-Star Game MVP. I got a notification for that. And they said he won the MVP, so that's exciting. I didn't play the All-Star Game, but very cool.
Hey, you can't always judge a pitcher by the numbers. I know the ERA is into the 4s coming into this start, but he's actually a pretty solid pitcher.
Well, he's in Colorado, so his ERA should be in the 4s.
Games in there. It's not easy
That
to
happens,
have an ERA under 4 in baseball. He's slightly over that, but this guy's a better pitcher than that ERA indicates.
Here's JC Ray. He's kind of been underachieving. He should be good against both righties and lefties. It just seems like he hasn't been. I'd have to look at the stats to know exactly why or what it is. But here's his attributes. Doing decent. He's got a nice arm for center fielder too. And he's my leadoff hitter.
Home and road splits so far
here we
this
go.
year. He's ready. Here's the first off.
Love that scoreboard in left field for Colorado too. It's one of the better ones in Major League Baseball, or at least in the show. I'm not entirely sure how it looks in real life because I haven't been to Colorado yet, but it's a really good looking scoreboard.
What an opportunity to get a chance to put our
With the
eyeballs
Rockies
on
at the
one
top,
of the
it
best
just
teams in
looks so
baseball right
nice.
now. This team has played so well. Their
It's really
manager has
nothing.
been on point every move.
Again, that's what I said, right? Fastball and curveball.
Timely hitting, great defense, good bullpen. The starters have been on point. This is going to be special.
This is on the
That's a
ground over the first.
let's go. Contact swing shot right through the line.
Into right,
Right
it turns the
through
0-2
the infield.
count into a leadoff base hit.
Very nice.
The mark of a great pitcher is
Good
the
way to start
ability
this
put
one.
people
JC
away
Ray with
when
a
you have
single.
2 strikes.
I didn't get my first hit with the Spiders until the third inning, so it's nice to get my first hit here in the first, especially leading off. JC Ray's pumped about it too. Let's go. Then here's Fujita, 330. He's got a 974 OPS. That is killing it.
Hardware if he can keep it up. First pitch coming, here it is.
I don't think I've actually used Fujita before. I know I made him a stud, a young stud for the Reds. He's only got a C potential, or is it a B potential? I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head, but he's like a major league ready at the beginning of any franchise. He's already like for the number for me is always 60. So once a player gets to 60, they're usable like in the majors. And 60s across the board. Like he's doing fine. Like I'm not as worried about contact left because I got Riddle, and Riddle can hit well against left-handers. So, and then defense is not. I'm not worried about defense too much either, especially if you hit 330 and have an on base in the 9 or a OPS in the 9s. So not too worried about it. Yeah, Jake. Yeah, JC is he seems like one of the guys who you're really happy to have on your team and really upset when you have to face him. Okay, Jake. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, 65s for pitching, 70 for hitting. Yeah, I pitch well enough, I think, offline, where I'm not too worried about each attribute being at a certain benchmark. I'm more looking for guys who have higher hits per 9, or guys who have a higher guys who have like higher control on their pitches. And those kind of seem to improve slower, which is pretty unfortunate. But yeah, and then 70 for hitting. Yeah, again, 60s for me. That's enough. Like I'm not too worried about power. I just want everybody to get the bat on the ball and try to find platoon advantages when I can. Here is Chase Parker. Again, he was our
At the plate
all-star.
now, Chase Parker, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one.
Oh, you mean overall? Okay.
1-0.
See, I'm talking individual attributes. I paid no attention to overall.
This is why I love
I,
having
uh,
athleticism and
I mean,
speed on your team.
You look for the flaws in the player,
On first base is
and you
certainly
kind of like,
messing with
I'm not
your
going to bring up a
balance.
55 overall guy who mashes,
Runner
is
at
what I'm
first
trying to
here, one
say.
man out.
But, like, I'm not worried about overalls all too much
Down low, and the
in
plot
general.
thickens here, 3-0.
We're seeing a good AB here from the 3-hole hitter. If he can work a walk or pick up a hit here, he's going to put that cleanup guy in a really good position to do some damage in this first inning.
Evans is calling for it. 2 down.
Boy, he showed some pretty good
Evans,
range.
he's their backup
Pretty
shortstop,
deep
I
into the
believe.
outfield to bring
Yeah, it's
that one
usually
down.
Truenfeld.
Thought the outfielder might call him up, but he clearly had it under control.
Next will be the cleanup hitter.
Yeah, Jake,
Mason
always
Franklin,
pay
as he'll
attention
get
to
his first
individual
opportunity
attributes.
in this
Anybody else too, not just yourself. Just pay attention to individual attributes, and know that the overall isn't the only thing
is gonna have room out
that
there as
matters
he
when it
puts
comes
this
to
away
finding good
retire the
players in this
side.
roster. So we only get one knock. That's okay. It's just the first frame. So.
Carson Dent will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. What do you
Here
have
is
for us
Dent.
on him, Danny?
Not the greatest start. 389 ERA is decent. Not mad about that. And then he's got less hits than innings pitched, more strikeouts than innings pitched. That's
Just
all
knows
good.
how to get it done. Controls the running game, limits the amount of damage, and more importantly, he knows how to win. And that's
Ramirez is someone who I've always played against, and he's always been
Digging
good
in,
too. Nice
Miguel
contact guy, lots of
Ramirez.
speed.
He'll lead things off
Good
here in the
defender
bottom
in
half of the
Central.
first. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Fellas, our visiting team as they take the field after a scoreless top half. They've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Yeah, Matty, they started yesterday off on the right foot. If they get put
Like
together
that Dent has 5 pitches again too. I didn't even pay attention to his pitch mix.
This could be a jump start.
I don't think he throws a
It's high
changeup
fly
though.
ball headed for the
That's
left
on
field
purpose. There's a
corner,
lot
and
of
it
guys who
stays fair. It's
don't
gone.
throw multiple
Nearly a
fastballs
big
or don't
fly to
throw,
start the
a
inning.
changeup.
Instead, a foul
And
ball.
that's kind of how it is in real life as well. There's some starting pitchers who can go deep into ball games and don't have that changeup. And,
The 1-1.
I really like them to include a 6th pitch. So there's guys like you,
Single in the
Darvish,
dirt.
and others who throw 6 pitches in real life. So I'd like to give a guy a changeup as well. Jake, this is on Hall of Fame, I believe, right? But I said that before. I said that before the first
And
game.
there's one away.
Let me double check. Yeah, we are on Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame for both.
For Colorado.
I did adjust some sliders a little bit. The timing one went down. I can show those again if anyone's interested.
Now here's the
But I did show them earlier. And this stream, of course, will be archived. We even upload the sliders if anyone's interested in playing the same exact way that I am. I'm not sure how many people want to do that exactly. But
and he will make
that's
the
a nice play by Cook getting there. He's a common defender. Then here's Jimmy Lowe. Jimmy Lowe is terrifying.
Jimmy Lowe, first cuts for him here with the
He's one of the scary guys. I kind of gave each team one bigger star here, and he's definitely theirs. He's a lot scary against lefties here, but he's even a good defender and not going to steal bases exactly. He's got that dead red too. I'm glad I looked at this. I'm not going to throw him exclusively fastballs now. But that's a really great quirk if you're looking at players too, and you hit fastballs well. You want to find a guy who can hit fastballs as well. Yeah, Jake, go for that. I like the quick counts. I didn't want to for this franchise since I'm playing it on Twitch. I feel like I get a little bit more out of the games when it's straight up instead of with the quick counts.
We'll go to the second from Denver. No score on the show.
There we go. 1, 2, 3 to start the first.
New inning set to get underway, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Gavin Cook. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fastball just inside. Swing,
oh, look at that.
There it goes. Deep to left. No chance of bringing this one back.
What does he have? I think he has 93 power versus right. Like, Gavin Cook is the man if you're trying to hit home runs. Little guy, big power.
A solo shot here.
There we go. Gavin Cook. He was out for a long time, so it's nice to see him hitting homers right here. I believe he's also a free agent after year 1, so I got to make a decision on that.
Boy, when this guy gets in a groove, he can hit him, and when he hits him,
oh my gosh,
hit a home run in last
that ball went
game.
straight up.
They continue to pitch him on the outer part of the plate. Look
Beautiful.
out, this guy's going to do some major damage.
Hendricks is not happy about it. Let's go.
Now in the box, Jorge Aguilera, and you can see great numbers over the past few games.
Oh, look at that, 500 his last 4. That home run, good time. Okay, yeah, he's just a big time power hitter, and we're at Coors. Like, that's it.
Ready? Here's the first offering.
Ball 1.
No outs, nobody on. And he misses low with it.
Aguilera is better against righties. He's my right fielder now because I traded away both of the ones that I had on the Major League roster to start.
Fouled off.
I just didn't like him. It was Brock Middlebrook and Kyung-hee Lee. And Lee is one of the more injury-prone players on the roster. And I didn't want anything to do with him. So he got moved. I think I moved him to Cincinnati.
That can be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
Easy take there as the off-speed pitch misses well inside.
Well, I'll tell you, if he wants to turn things around, that pitch is one he's going to have to start locating a lot better.
3-2.
Hard ground ball to third. Right to him. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
Who's the defense for the Rockies?
The Colorado Rockies are positioned defensively.
Well, they got Logan Hunter in left. That's another new guy for this roster. He's not on any other roster. And then Humphreys they got behind the dish. Nice, he's their top prospect. I didn't think he'd be up quite yet. A potential big-time left-handed bat as catcher, but he's more of a defensive guy. Souza with a knock. Look at that. Souza's having a tough time. His overall goes down a lot because he's 40 years old. And pretty much all of his attributes are down like 2 or 3 at least by now. So I think he's playing at like a 66 or 67 right now.
In now, Julio Mesoraco. As he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1.
Rocco, he was hurt for a bit.
274. 2 home runs, 9 driven in. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Evans has a play. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
All right.
Batting 9. The pitcher.
So here now is the pitcher.
And then, of course, I'm playing the NL, so here's my pitcher to bat.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A runner on first with 2 away.
So what I used to do with pitchers was I would have them, if they were decent hitters, I'd give them a batting stance. And then if they had zeros across the board, I'd give them no batting stance.
No offer on that.
Because a lot of pitchers again, it mimics real life. So there's a lot of pitchers in real life who just can't hit for a lick. And I wanted to mimic that, and then it was kind of like a hint to whoever was playing if they had no batting stance, then they weren't going to be a threat at the plate. So I'm moving off that. This roster even, and then anyone in the future will have as many starting pitchers as I can will have an actual batting stance rather than just Gen 1.
He's set. Here's
I
the
just think
2-2.
it looks better aesthetically. It's better for the variation of the roster, and honestly, it was a step I had to make at some point. So, and I know a lot of people play with the DH on anyway, so that's a moot point for you. But I like to go no DH. I think my last franchise I did a fantasy draft, and I rebranded the whole league. And the team I took over was in the NL West, and I had no DH on him. I like that a lot.
Number 4 batter for the Rockies, Logan Hunter, and he's been tearing the cover off the ball these past few days, as you see there.
Yep, Logan Hunter, I said before, he's one of the new guys in this roster.
First pitch coming, here it
Wasn't
is.
in any previous versions. I'm still undecided on when I'll upload this one, this whip file. But this is the newest roster that I have that I'm playing with.
Lifted into center field.
Ray's easily going to put that one.
Ray is right there, one down.
All right, here's how the visitors are lining up today. And this team right here is known for kicking the ball around. They have the lowest fielding percentage in the entire
worst,
league, and it could come
worst fielding percentage in the NL. I guess we're known for kicking the ball around. Thanks, D-Row.
Richardson.
Nailed the meter, and I still missed the pitch there. Okay.
1-0.
This ump doesn't like me as much as the one in Toronto did.
He's currently on. Oh, hang on now. This ball is crushed into left field, and this one ain't coming back. This ball is gone.
Because I missed with the first one too. If the first one was a strike, then I wouldn't have had to throw one across the plate like that in the second pitch.
A solo shot here
to
the left. 12 home runs for him now thus far, as the Rockies pull even now at 1 apiece.
Plus, we're in Colorado. You expect home runs, right?
That's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number 1, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust and everything else.
Oh, look at this. What we were talking about before. Evans has 1,999 hits. That's not 3,000, but 2,000 is a nice round number too, right?
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. That's in
a nice
there,
pitch.
and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
And he's got a 47 career WAR in 13 seasons.
Now he's behind.
Very nice, young man.
Puts himself in a tough spot to hit.
Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1.
Curveball that's not even near the plate. Not ideal.
Fouled away. And he fouls this one off. Another one sent foul. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
Tough to take a pitch like that right there, especially in a 1-2 count. You almost get in that
Damn,
overswing.
come on.
Great job to work the count back to even.
Ready with another 2-2. Hit hard
Just
on the
wouldn't
ground
go away, and then he just fights it off for a single. Okay. So I want to say thanks again to anyone who's watching. Appreciate the support. This is, of course, the first stream. We're working towards affiliate, and that is the goal. Get to affiliate, and then we'll see from there. I plan on doing at least 2 streams a week. I could probably do more depending on what's going on in my life, but at this point, 2 is the goal for 2 per week. So we'll see.
Check it, and it's 0-1.
Those sinkers could try again. They're going to double play. Then he must not have good feel for the sinker here. Because I haven't. How did that land? Now I'm confused. Slider. And he goes after it. There we go.
Classic slider down and away.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah, I think I'll get there too.
lot to say about
I'm,
that.
re-
It's
I'm
been
really,
said a
I'm really
million
hoping
times
so.
already. That's just a real tough
It's just a matter of getting on here and playing games and building this community, building my Twitch following on top of my roster following itself. Because there's a good number of people who already play with the roster and
At
follow
the
me on
plate,
OS. We just need to
J.P. Humphries.
get them
As he
here.
swings and misses at a
So
first pitch fastball,
here's
0-1.
Humphreys. This is the guy I was talking about before, a prospect for the Rockies. And he's gonna be enough with the bat anyways, and then Coors is gonna help that, and then defense is fine. Like he turns into a good player generally. So, and then left-handed hitting catchers are generally pretty valuable as well.
59,
So
9
we'll try to
homers
follow him
and
a little bit.
17 RBIs. Now a
Oh, he swings at
swing
that.
and a
Okay,
miss, and
right
pitcher
after
won't look and no
I
promise
hype him
here.
up, and
Now
he swings at that.
0-2.
All right,
Really tied him up
curveball
on
in the
that one.
dirt.
Got him looking, and
Ooh, I
that'll
didn't think
do
that
it. The
would
inning
be in
is
the
over.
zone. All right. So Richardson had the home run. That's B
The
Rich,
Rockies
Bobby
were able to
Richardson,
knock
B
things
Rich.
up thanks to this solo home run. We played 2, all tied at 1-1.
Back now in Denver,
There's
home to
Heidi
the
again.
Rockies, who have certainly treated their fans to some impressive pitching so far this year. With one of the best team ERAs in the league, it's pretty clear they command a lot of attention and praise. Before the game, one pitcher told me that he thinks their success comes in large part due to their strikeout abilities, a
That's
category where they
interesting. Okay.
even when we do
All right, these Rockies are good pitchers apparently. All right, I didn't think so. Okay.
power is the key to
Here's Ray back to the top of the order.
Strike it. Behind.
On that 0-2 breaking ball, but you got to be careful because this pitcher home another one.
Is looked at for ball number 2.
Not gonna get enough. Jake, are you still watching?
Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in time. Lead off.
Yeah, there you go. Colorado's leading the division. Yeah, this is different than our last game where the Jays weren't even in it.
Well,
So here's Cheetah.
digging into Elijah.
How's the quality, Jake?
Flew out in his last at bat.
He almost went deep his last AB, certainly just missed. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Striding in once again.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little slow on my end. That's why I'm wondering.
In there, strike 1.
Yeah, it's good now. Okay. Yeah, it looked a little weird. I'm a little. I'm new to this entire thing. This I'm using
That foul off right there.
Lightstream, I believe is what it's called. My computer isn't used to doing things constantly. I guess is the best way to say it. But yeah, it looks like it's better now at least. And I guess as long as you can hear me, and it doesn't look too bad. Then we're good, right? I'll figure it out for next time.
Back to the bench.
Ooh, that drops. Nice. My catcher with 8 speed gets on. Cool.
Here's a weak.
Is it the game that's just lagging now? What is this? Dude, this sucks. I can't even tell. Because it looks like I'm still moving, but the game stopped. Yeah, now it's like caught up. Okay, well, we'll just keep going, I guess.
Yeah, that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give
Franklin's a big-time power guy.
chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes.
Not doing great this year. 229, 17, and 48. On bases at 293. That's not awful. It's obviously not good, especially for a middle of the lineup guy, but he's still doing enough because of the power.
Open to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
Strike out on those two. Yeah, these Rockies are definitely better than the Jays from the first game. So there you go. Here's their pitcher in the third.
Adam Hendricks. He'll go to work trying to do something about breaking this 1-1 tie. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. And it's fouled away.
And there we go. Nice 3-pitch strikeout against the opposing pitcher. That's what you want to see right there when the 9 spot comes up. Here's Ramirez. Ramirez, again, I'm scared of this dude.
Miguel Ramirez.
Okay, the frame rate keeps dropping. Yeah, that's something I'll fix for next time then, I guess, and we'll just power through this game and figure it out for the next time. But unless it's too bad to salvage, then I'll just stop and we'll figure it out for the next one. But it honestly, it doesn't look too bad for me. I keep looking at my computer and it doesn't seem awful. Oh, he swung at that. Okay.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact.
Yeah, it's weird that they keep going after all these pitches here.
Started to go around,
Just like that.
swing for ball 3. Hit pretty well out toward right center field.
Get there, Aguilera. The big boy, my right fielder, he gets there. Let's go. It's all right. It's good enough to continue, you think, Jake? That's what I'm worried about. So
striding in for the Rockies, McGee. Here comes the first pitch.
This is Speedy McGee. I wish they could say Speedy too.
On the ground down the first baseline.
That'd be preferred over them just saying McGee.
Hey, this is a huge at bat right here.
Speedy McGee is one of my old Road to the Show players. There's a couple of those mixed in, where there's just guys that I use fun names I came up with Road to the Show.
I know he's down in the count,
and
it's not looking good, but he's been swinging it back.
And he's one of them. So he's always been one of my favorite players on the roster. I redid his face. That's for this roster, for this new whip roster, of course. So it's a little bit better than the one I made. I think I made him initially in 2016. So like it's significantly better since I got those. I got a lot better in the last 4 years, let's say. That missed. Okay. Well, here's a short guy. That's right up the top of the zone, though. Okay.
Goes the other way, and this is in the air out to left.
There we go. Common fielders under it.
They'll put it away to retire the side.
Cool, Jake. Yeah, I'll finish the game at least. And it'll probably bounce. Again, not sure when the next one will be. The next stream here will be. But I'm at least going to run this one out. And you see me a couple times a week is the plan. So we'll see about the next one. Could get another one? No.
And this will be pulled in just
in
front of the warning track.
I got to start power swinging with him. I mean, he doesn't have much for contact anyway, so we might as well take advantage of how much power he has. Right? This is nice pitching.
And he gets ahead 0-1. Aguilera has a history in coming through in the clutch moments, of course. It's always a little bit of a debate whether or not being clutch is actually a trait that a player possesses. But with him, there's no denying it. We've seen him deliver in big moments repeatedly throughout his career. It just seems he elevates his game somehow when the pressure is on.
Yeah, Matty, he has definitely put that debate to rest. He has absolute.
Not the greatest pitch to swing at. Still gets a knock out of it. Not going to go to secondary. He did push off the wall. That's usually one of those animations where you can run on, where he when he comes up and he pushes up against the wall. and then comes back and throws it, you're usually gonna, you know, be able to buy enough time to get into second on those. But 45 speed is the right fielder. Better safe than sorry in this context here. Just want to get base runners and try to keep the line moving here.
Into the box, Chuck Souza. He swings and lines it to left. This will hang up just long enough to be run down in shallow left for a tough second out.
Again, that's not even a strike either. I don't know what I'm doing swinging at these pitches here.
Striding into the box,
Last two of them, both of them out of the zone by a lot.
Here's the first pitch.
And then I'm talking about how I shouldn't be swinging. There's a fastball
right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the
across the middle of the plate. Not ideal. And that one's down.
And this one's in the dirt. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, if a pitcher has control of the fastball, he's going to do well against me. You just got to dot the corners.
From the stretch.
And that's not dotting the corners, and I missed it.
Center fielder on the run.
Yeah, Ramirez easily gets to that one. And you get nothing in the fourth. At 3-4-5 for them, Lowe, Hunter, and Richardson.
Coming to the plate now, Jimmy Lowe.
For the Rockies, the right fielder, Jimmy Lowe.
First offering on its way. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
Again, Lowe is someone I'm terrified of, so let's pitch around him a little bit. And no, it's going to be a knock. Ooh, yeah.
Base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Hey, there's another mistake right there. That pitch was intended
not
to be
ideal.
on the outside
Good
corner,
Hunter.
but it ended up in the middle of the plate.
Yeah, he's lucky.
He's another dude that's just going to hit well.
You miss your spot by 2-3 feet like he did right there. This ball should have been driven even further.
Fly down in his first.
All right, yeah, appreciate the feedback, Jake. I'm starting at ground zero here. I really don't know what to say, what to do, or how to set this up entirely. But it seems like it's going well at least, and I'm glad that you think so as well. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
This is called in for the first down.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Richardson, he had that home run. Yeah, that's middle right there. That number 2, that's right down the plate. So let's not do that.
He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently.
For anyone else who's watching, thanks for being here. Appreciate your support. We're working towards affiliate.
Right there, a big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
The 1-1 pitch. Offered at and missed. Here's the throw.
Not even close. That should have been a hit and run then, huh?
Good throw.
YouTube was super helpful. Yeah, it was. I did watch a couple YouTube videos. I'm trying to get into the bots and the widgets, but that might be something that I wait until we get to affiliate and really put effort into this. Right now it's just being comfortable and playing games in front of people, which I generally don't do. So don't just have someone sitting on my couch while I play usually.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt.
Curveball right in the dirt.
Even now at 2-2.
That's the pitch you have to throw,
Pretty
though,
good
right?
breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
And he takes that one. That's not even close.
Here, but that one's wide for ball 3. Will Evans would be next if they can keep this inning alive. A swing
They swung at that. That was very obviously ball 4.
And that will retire the side. Rockies are down quietly. 5th inning coming up, tied at 1.
Nice job, Carson. Cool. Let's go. We're done through 4. Got my pitcher leading off.
Carson Dent.
Not a fan of that.
First pitch of the at-bat. Now a right-hander has started to get loose in the Colorado bullpen.
Jake, what time were you thinking tomorrow for the game? For when you stream? I'd like to watch it. I just want to know what you're thinking.
This is popped up. And he'll
Catcher easily gets to that one.
make the catch for the first out.
Now batting,
This is a fun animation too, where the Bat Boy had to run all the way. It's funny. All right, here's Ray.
Once again, J.C. Ray. Here comes the first pitch. Hit down the line at
I
first.
just want to hit the ball so bad.
Ball here, 0-1. That's
Nothing
up.
there. How do you pop that up? Must have just moved the PCI so much. Yeah.
There are 2 away.
Yeah, you're not gonna find me saying the game's broken or anything, or that, like, you know, PCI placement is wrong or whatever. Like that obviously should have been a pop-up anyways. I'm just dumb. Yeah, that's how you pitch it. If you swing that, probably start around 3 p.m. Not sure how long I'll be live. It's my first stream of 2021, so we'll plan for a bit. Sounds great, Jake. Yeah, I have some stuff going on just before that. That might run into that time, but if you're streaming long enough, I'll definitely be able to drop by.
Really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
Okay.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
2 strike, 2 out pitch.
The
Come on,
1-2.
Elijah.
This one
There it is. Let's go. That's a Coors Field home run. Also, this dude has 85 power as a rookie. I mean, like, he just was gonna get a hold of one, right? 445 left field. What a bomb.
I know all home runs count the same.
Yeah, 445, man, yeah.
Farther than most. That's what he does. A power hitter with a challenge fastball is going to go a long way when he's on his game.
Yeah, look at this. 107.7 off the bat, too. That's not the highest I've seen, but that is killing it right there. 445 Coors Field home run.
At the plate now, Chase Parker.
I didn't think it was going to go as far as it did, honestly. 445 is a bomb.
Giving chase, and they can't run it down. Into the windup, here comes the
Parker, though, he
0-1.
was our all-star. Said that before.
No swing, apparently. Ball 1.
Nice veteran catcher. Doesn't run much, or well, I should say. But it's at least nice to have, you know, a catcher who can hit a little bit. My general mold that I'm looking for is a defensive catcher. I generally want my catchers to just be, you know, be able to be a guy that I can throw in there, play defense, and that's it. And then be happy with any offense you get. But this guy is an offensive threat, and there has to be guys like that on the roster. Of course, you need that for variation.
Very aggressive right now.
And I think he's got a multi-year contract, so he's like late in his 30s, and he's going to be in Atlanta for a little bit.
Let's see how aggressive he is in the zone with a 3-ball count.
That's not even a strike.
And he did a good job just to make contact.
Yeah, not even close. That's the curveball. That's the pitch I was scared of. And that's a fastball down. He still walks.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end.
Here's Franklin. He struck out in 3 pitches his last time up.
Really hurt you.
Yeah, if you throw fastballs right by me like that, yeah, it's going to be a long day for me. Speaking of, these aren't even fast fastballs. I'm just not spotting, or I'm not thinking of where the spot's going to be. My guess pitch isn't great. There it is, a fastball in. I don't use guess pitch, of course. I just mean I'm actually playing along and guessing with what I think the pitch is going to throw. I think that's a really common thing that people do anyways. You can't just sit fastball. You kind of got to guess. So now on a 1-2 count, I mean, he has pretty good confidence on that curveball, I think. So that's got to be the way to go here. But then, yeah, see, not even that. But then if that's a fastball, I'm way behind it.
I think he's showing you right there he was trying to put you away with the off-speed pitch. Have to be leery of that right there and take pull side away. That'll keep you on all stuff, fastballs and the off-speed.
The changeup again. See, I didn't expect that at all.
He did a good job to get the bat on that one.
And the fastball right by me. This is some good pitching from the CPU. Not spots exactly, but at least changing speeds. And then that's just off the plate. Now we're full. At least have Parker go here.
Lots
that
of
boost.
possible outcomes on this pitch.
And
Pitch of the at-bat is the
didn't
one
think
that
it'd be a
finally does
fastball.
it as
Again, he only
wears it
threw
down, and the
fastballs
inning
and
is
the
over.
changeup,
So
and then
they
he had
pick
that
up a
curveball to
run
make
on a
it
solo
3-2.
home run as that'll
And
do
then
it.
he really got me
Welcome back
confused
to
there by
Field
throwing
and
another
Denver as we
fastball.
check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rockies skipper Bud Black between innings, specifically about his club's offensive output to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. One thing that concerns him is they have yet to draw a walk. He said sometimes pitchers are just on and throwing a lot of strikes, but he said they need to find a way to get base runners. Although they're seeing a lot of strikes, more discipline and patience should lead to more opportunities for free passes.
Thank you,
Right.
Heidi.
Again, thanks to anybody who's watching. If you're not following me on Twitter already, do that. It's Bacon's Fictional. No spaces, no caps, nothing. Pretty easy to find me. I probably throw a link in there as well. But again, Bacon's Fictional. Work that up. And if you like the stream, want to come back to the stream, I'll be posting any information about it and any information about the roster on my Twitter as well. So, and if you're from OS, welcome. And I biffed the throw. But yeah, if you're from OS, welcome. If you're from Twitter, welcome. If I know you personally, welcome. I did send a few texts out before we started, hoping I'd get a few friends. So if you're here because of that, welcome.
They've got to do whatever they can to get some offense going.
And
Burns at the plate now as he looks at strike one.
nice pitch right there from Ben. Now what do? We do a cutter just off the plate. He's been swinging at everything. At least the first time up, I mean. And yeah, that's not a good pitch. How far did that one go, Jake? 481. Yeah, okay, that was a bad 0-2 pitch.
So a two-run shot to left center, 12 home runs for him now thus far. And
yeah, not ideal.
Out in front now, a 3-2 lead.
Cool. All right. Here's Humphreys again.
J.P. Humphreys. Ground ball sent back up the middle. It's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
Not the greatest inning here. It's falling apart. Look at this. This is Thad Morton. Let's go. So he starts in Double-A usually. And this is another case of, this is at least the CPU being smart with bringing up guys, because Morton is a masher. So if you're just going to have this dude on your bench and you're not going to play him much except pinch hitting, great scenario. Great guy to have. He could play some right field. They don't even need a guy to play right field. They probably only need left field at this point, given their current roster status. And he could work in left field as well. But like I was saying before, 60s here across the board. And it's okay to have that 34 contact left because you're not going to bat him much against left-handed pitching. But he's a dude who starts in Double-A, and I'm surprised they have him in the majors already in this franchise. Again, we're in July, so we're not starting from the beginning of the season here, but it still is interesting to see him in a major league uniform so early. And it's a good stat line, too. So he's doing well. Last game he pinch hit, so 1 for 1. Not even close to the curveball. What are we doing?
Curveball just hasn't been there this afternoon.
Curveball has not been there. That's right.
Butter pitch, especially when he gets ahead of hitters, he needs to find that curveball again.
Got him.
There it is.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch. It wasn't
was a good
the
job.
strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
Cool. Yeah, they think they're going to do a hit and run. All right.
They
They tried to hit and run earlier, too. It didn't work.
Here, too low for ball 1. No hits to this point.
Yeah.
A ball and a strike.
Okay.
Hit the other way
That's
out
gonna
toward
be how
right
it's gotta
field.
be, right?
Aguilera is there to put it away.
For anyone who's here, welcome. Glad to have you here. Appreciate a follow. We're working towards affiliate. Follow me on Twitter as well. Any updates about the roster to be posted on Twitter. I'm trying to post on OS a little bit still, but I'm kind of moving it towards Twitter. So either or.
From the stretch.
Inside, ball one.
3 runs, 5 hits, no errors in the ball game for the Rockies
How
thus
do you
far.
swing at that?
A ball and a strike now. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes here. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first.
Yeah, definitely running here. 3-2. That pitch was the same exact pitch, and he swung at one and he didn't swing at the other. Okay.
Here's the 3-2.
He goes after that. That's gonna stay foul.
And he'll smartly just ensure that this
Dent is now getting tired. I'm gonna warm up a guy before I forget. Let's think about somebody. Let's do Betancourt. Yeah, I like Betancourt here. That's probably the one to go with. Young is going to be more if we have the lead. But Betancourt, just because it's early, it's only the 5th inning, so he's probably coming in the 6th. Hopefully, he'll get this out.
Pulls this one into the air, out into right field. And he'll get there in plenty.
We're through 5. Didn't like that home run there, but it's a 1-run ball game through 5 innings. That's what you want, right? Get through 5. So there is the home run. That was 481 for Eric Burns. He's got the same name phonetically as a former major leaguer. Of course, I made it so the spelling was different. I don't want to spell the Burns that works for MLB Network now, but Burns, like the traditional way of spelling for Burns. Here's Evan Schwartz. And I got Gavin Cook again. My first home run with the Kings right here. Gavin Cook launched one to left field. He really looked like it just went straight up. Like this was a majestic shot. And the scoreboard and right there. Here he is. Schwartz is a 4-seam knuckle curve slider. And he doesn't want to get set. Okay.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now a swing and a fly ball.
That would have been nice too if that stayed fair. Not even close though.
Foul ball.
Cook has 2 home runs in his last 6 games.
Right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
I'm set with the 0-1. Now
Not
a
the pitch
check
I want to
swing,
swing
but he
at.
holds up in time. Ball 1.
Oh, you think so, Dizzy? Yeah? Which name? The pitcher here?
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1.
Oh,
Hits it high
did I
and
get
deep
this one
out to
too?
center field.
No way.
Ball that's carrying.
No, I didn't.
On the warning track, he
That's bad.
makes
That
the
really
catch.
shows how often I play this game. I know the animation, whether or not he'll catch it or not. Damn. All right, well.
Digging in and looking for more. Jorge Aguilera.
Here's Aguilera.
Singled his last time up.
Yeah, he had a single. The single was just over the first baseman too. Just a little handle shot. Yeah, Cook has 95 power against
First
righties,
offering on its
so we
way.
should see some fireworks from him.
Outside, that's the ball.
Aguilera is second on the team in home runs. I didn't know that actually. That's great. Who's he behind? It's not Cook because Cook was hurt for a while. Oh, it's Franklin. Okay, so Franklin, Aguilera, Parker has 12, Ray has 11, and so does Fujita. Then Souza has 10. Okay, and then the rest. Well, I gotta play with none. How do you not have home runs at the All-Star break?
Now the 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike.
I hate it when the curveball looks like that. It looks like a high fastball and then falls down.
And it's
And that's a
1-2.
fastball on the edge, see? If that's a curveball, it looks silly again. Plus 96, too. This guy's got some velo.
Now here's the pitch. pops this one up. Richardson is under this one. And that's out number 2.
No. So they get to the bullpen in the 6th here with the lead. That's interesting.
Digging in the switch hitter, Chuck Souza.
I wonder,
Swinging
yeah.
from the left side right here.
Souza's batting 7th for me, so my pitcher spot's 9th.
Is swing it a little bit better against right-handed pitching. This guy has decent
Not good
numbers,
for
but
swinging.
not great numbers
So
against right-handed pitchers.
I don't think we'll get to that.
The count.
Need a couple hits from our 7 and 8 guys to get to the pitcher spot here. I'm taking the pitcher out anyways, so I'm talking about hits and I'm not even paying attention to the strikes, to the pitches here. Not a good pitch to swing at.
Jam sandwich.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off.
1-2 to Souza.
Fastball well outside.
2-2. This one should be a better pitch than I'd expect a fastball in the meat here. Give me something middle. Oh, come on, let's go.
Now the pitch.
Nope.
Slider whiffed on for strike 3.
I knew it too. I knew it right when I started swinging.
Into the inning.
Right. So Schwartz gets through it. And here I go for the 6th. I'm going to put in Bedford. That might not be the best decision, given that this is 3-4-5, but we're down a run already. Bedford's been fantastic stimming. Again, I haven't played really much with this. His strikeout to walk ratio is not good, though. 16 walks and 19 2/3. Yeah, I'm going to go slider, 4-seam, and 2-seam fastball. Goes exclusively out of the stretch. This is the 3-hitter to start.
Hit on the
He's
ground
going to
out
the first
to short.
pitch out.
He's got it.
Fujita, common defender,
And the
makes the
inning
play.
begins with a quick out number 1.
Now batting, left fielder.
See, he's good enough defensively. I'm not super worried about him with the glove. But shortstop is where you would be worried about guys usually. So he's probably not a shortstop long term. He's just a shortstop because I need a shortstop right now. But if I could play him at third, I probably would play him at third instead. He's probably more of an outfielder, just so he doesn't get hit to as much. But I'm okay with him at short right now, especially since his team isn't too close to competing.
So hard to score off of this guy. He's nearly impossible to get 3 or 4 hits in an inning to score a run. He keeps his walks per 9 innings is really down, and you look at his hits per 9 innings pitch. It's no wonder why this guy's winning
We're getting something
game
now.
right now.
Don't want that.
Find its way into center field.
Really hoping I get a 1-2-3 here, being down. No, Hunter with a run. Chris Richardson, he had that home run, the first home run. He's
Into
really
right
cool.
field, that's a base hit.
Don't like that first pitch ambush there, Bobby.
There are 2 aboard now.
He got the pitch he
Oh,
wanted.
wow. Okay, let's do a mound visit here. Just talk about it. Let's just see how it's going. We got our Jordan Hendricks. Look at him. Probably could think about a lefty with Humphreys, and it depends on who's in their bench. So it's Gilchrist. He hits well against lefties. So does Smith. Zemecki's the other catcher. Wonder if he's hurt. And then Sanchez is Sanchez hits well against lefties. Childs is the third catcher. I don't know why they have 3 catchers. Doesn't make any sense to me why Major League Baseball teams would have 3 catchers anymore at any point. But nonetheless, here's Bedford's pitch.
Will Evans. He'll take
there.
a look at a high
Love
strike
that
here on the
fastball in the
outside
corner.
corner. It's 0-1. First and second now, 1 man out.
Love
And
that
he
one
reaches
too.
out for
Little
one.
reach
He may
for
have
it.
chased it as this is skied
Hunter's
into
at
the
least
air
gonna
to
try. No, he's
straightaway
not.
center. Rain is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
It's 2 outs here in the 6th. Here's Burns.
will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings
You
here.
gotta cut it right
This
down the
was a
middle.
big blow, a
It's not a good
home
pitch.
run.
Not a good pitch on 0-2 especially. Not hitting well with runners in scoring position at least.
Burns is below the Mendoza line. A batting average under 200, unfortunately.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat
No.
a variety of different.
This ball gets down. Let's see if they try to score.
Damn.
This rolls all the way to the wall.
was really hoping my second baseman would get to that, but he couldn't.
Score on the play as well.
That's really upsetting. Okay, we'll do the lefty then here. Yep, second mound visit, so I have to go to the bullpen. Let's bring in Bert. And I just need him to get one out here.
Yeah, you drive to the park every day hoping your rhythm and timing is on point with that pitcher's windup. And that's exactly been the case today.
Burke is kind of a lefty specialist. I can't exactly say that because he's not great against either lefties or righties. And lefty specialists are dying, as the game won't stop talking about a dying breed. Thankfully, they only got one run on that gapper from Burns, though, so that is likely gonna, that's gonna be it right there. So now it's 4-2. Bettencourt unfortunately gave up runs here. He's gonna go up his touch, but
Rockies do get a run in the inning on this RBI double. 8, 9, and top of the order coming up to start the 7th. It's now 4-2 Colorado. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area.
Black, yep, they got the pitcher spot next, so this is a common time for a double switch anyways. Not too surprising that this is the case.
Will come on to pitch now as he'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup on the double switch here. Levi Childs is into the ball game as well as he'll slide into the pitcher's.
Yep, so they did use Childs. I wonder if that means that
Now catching and batting 9, number 77, Levi.
wonder if that means that their third that Zemecki's injured then.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Julio Mesaraco stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen.
Cool. Okay. Well, Workman's somebody I think I can get a couple runs off of, so let's try that. It's 2-0 now. I got Mesaraco up, so it's 8, 9, and 1. Pinch hitter is going to be next. Got to decide who I want to pinch hit with too. Thankfully, I don't have to think about that until the situation actually arises. Mesaraco, come on, buddy. 2-1. He hits well against righties too. Let's go. He got that one. Let's another one.
Gone into the home bullpen.
I did not expect to hit a home run with him today. It's only his 3rd, and we're within another run. It's 4-3.
Solo shot to right center. 3rd home run for
Mesaraco, more of a platoon guy. He's initially in the roster. He's just there. Pretty much like the first hitter off the bench, like a utility type. Because they already have a left-handed hitting second baseman that wrecks against righties. That's Luke Jordan. And then, but then he can play everywhere. So he's not exactly like the main guy at second base. He's a good little hitter. Here's Ari Salazar. He was off to a really hot start. Not great anymore. He was a Rule 5 draft pick, so he's got to stay on the roster. He'll always be a Rule 5 draft pick on the fictional roster. It just I think I have 6 of them. It's either 5 or 6 of them total. And he's one of my favorite ones. Nice switch hitter. Plays all 4 infield spots now. Decent, all around. Good defensively mostly, and then he's did I say switch hitter already? He's a switch hitter. Yeah, I like that stance too. He's got his foot on the line already. Start that close.
Beautifully thrown splitter right there. High 80s down in the zone. Looks like a fastball coming, and then boom, the bottom.
Nice slider coming in. I'm not going to swing at that pitch. That's one I usually like to swing at too. The slider that's coming towards my hip. So I'm happy I didn't go after that one. It's fast. Oh, okay.
High in the air out towards shallow right. Low is in a few steps as he takes it for the first out.
The center fielder, number 8.
Here's Ray again.
J.C. Ray. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit in the air out to left.
Hunter hasn't been good on defense. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, he doesn't have exactly the reaction that's great to be in the majors quite yet. But he is already, there contact-wise. Speaking of Hunter and left here. So that's nice for me right there. So another one, another hit that was impacted by his
1 for 3 thus far.
by his defense. Just Fujita. All 3 of our runs from solo home runs. Not exactly what I would have expected, but we are in Colorado, so not super surprised.
Runners on first with 1 down. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base.
Yeah, don't love that. Especially Workman is one of the relievers I think I can score off of. And this is the middle of my lineup. I should at least be putting up a little more of a threat to the top of my lineup.
He'll take a look at the pitch too low. It's ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game.
But yeah, let's try to get some.
Now the 1-0 is swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Not a good one to go after.
When I broke into the league, not many guys were throwing that elevated fastball with that much velocity on it. The game has changed.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap.
There's no way. Yeah, I didn't think that was out.
He's got it as the tying run is left on base. But the damage is done as thanks to the solo home run, this is now a 1-run game. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. Rockies lead it 4-3.
So here's Jordan Hendricks for me. 49 games, 56, 2/3 innings, got 3.02 ERA. He was a signing for me. He's initially a free agent in the roster, and he's a veteran closing pitcher. Decent guy. I didn't notice the hole in body when I put him in. He has 2 saves for me. I don't mind that. And then it's sinker, 4-seam slider for the pitch mix.
Here's the 0-0 pitch.
And I'd like it if he had some control.
And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
Love those sideburns to go with the mustache too. It's a nice classic player look for Hendricks. You know, a lot of people in OS said that the roster had a little bit of a retro feel to it, and that wasn't exactly the goal, especially not in terms of the way players look, but that kind of was the output, I guess. So it's just fun to make some guys have mustaches, though. It's like Hendricks didn't need it. He needed something, but I didn't know what it was. He gave him a mustache.
Down, and he's got himself a base hit. Into the box, McGee. He's running on the
oh, and it gets past my third baseman.
And gets for a 1-out base hit. And he
gets the out at third. Let's go. Yeah, Rogue. Lee is not a player that's useful for me, to say the least. He any player with probably durability under like 40 or 50. I'm not paying attention. Probably under 40 or 50 isn't useful, and I think his is in the 30s. I think it's like 35 or 36. So not exactly the guy I wanted. I knew I was going to trade him at some point. I wanted to trade him before he had a long-term injury like that. Like you said, yeah, 1 to 2 months. Yeah, there was a different franchise where he got hurt in the first game. And I was like, that's never going to happen to me again. I don't want to do that. And that's okay if he's a bench guy, if you just have him as your first guy off the bench. But eventually he's going to get hurt.
Boy, that was an awfully close.
That was a really close pitch. Come on.
If I'm on the mound, I want that pitch called a strike. That's one of those.
Yeah, we call him Speedy because of his speed.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner and foul, though it had the home run distance.
He got the fastball where he wanted and just pulled off of it.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game.
There it is. This should be the third out. Yes, sir. Fujita. We'll have Franklin, Cook, and Aguilera coming up. Franklin leads the team in home runs. Cook had one today.
Denver Rankin has been summoned
Denver
from the bullpen,
Rankin.
as he'll do so to start
3
the game.
games, 3 2/3 innings. He must have been hurt or something. He usually is on their major league
Ready to
roster.
begin the eighth, and next to bat will be the first
And of course, I
baseman.
named him Denver and then had him from
This thing's
Colorado.
over,
So,
even though we're moving into the
or
back end
on
of this
the
game.
Colorado team.
Only
That's
down
cool.
by one. All
So
they
we're only
need to do
down
is
one.
get this leadoff guy and
Don't really
extra
have
base hit away from
great
tying this thing
bullpen
up.
depth here. Probably go with Woodward. No, I don't want Woodward. I could probably keep Hendrickson for one more. Maybe we do Dunning, but he's really tired. Dunning's more of a long man anyways, and so is Woodward. Guessing then, I think it's got to be Young then, just because I don't really have other options. Up to the bottom of the eighth.
First pitch of the at-bat. Hit sharply on the ground. Fielded cleanly. On to first, and that's an important first out to start the eighth here.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Rogue, did you play that game on Twitch or play any games on Twitch on the show?
Standing in,
I haven't seen you.
Gavin Cook. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there.
Okay, cool, buddy. Braves start with the Diamondbacks, right? So you play the Diamondbacks today.
Is a fastball that misses. Rankin.
They're going to be much worse in the next update, actually, too. I was a little harsh on their ratings. So the roster's usually very even, but I kind of intentionally made them a little worse. Their pitching's not exactly going to be there. And then in exchange, I gave them some more A and B prospects. So they're a little earlier in a rebuild.
Back even at 2-2.
Yeah, nice. There you go. Yeah, their ace isn't the best ace, exactly. That's Al Parker. So, and he's at the end of his career.
Look out.
I think he's 34, 35.
It's full 3-2.
Every base runner in a close game like this.
Yeah, I like the Atlanta team to start out with too. I thought we'd get off to a better start than we did in this franchise. And unfortunately, the injury bug is what got us. A few really big, a few key injuries to starters, and that was the biggest issue, it seemed. The Stars are doing fine, like usually. I mean, not usually. I mean, they were doing good, and then we had young players perform. Rank Salazar was good, and Fujita's been good. So.
1-0 pitch is a circle change. It runs outside 2-0.
Clearly working the bottom of the zone, trying to get a ground ball for a double play.
Yeah.
3-0 now.
Yeah, the bullpen isn't great for really any team, if I'm being honest. It's kind of reflecting how Major League Baseball is now, where there aren't really a lot of good bullpens, and you're kind of worried about, the last few guys that you have in there. And then even at times there's guys that shouldn't even be in the majors in real life.
3-1.
That's another walk. Yeah, Jake, I just got to be patient. That's really it right now. It's all about patience. He just walked the last two guys. So, and if I was wearing a hat, it'd be on inside out right now. You got that right. Let's think about a sub. Is what my bench coach is suggesting. 45 speed. Dominguez would be the guy I'd call on. He's got 71 speed. Yeah, let's do that then. Why not? He would be the go-ahead run if he comes around to score. For Francisco Dominguez. And here's Souza. Single his first time up, but yeah, that's average. What did it say? 224. Not ideal. 10 home runs is fine. He's getting older, and then defense just isn't there either. Exactly, but still got the arm, still got some power. Right at the end of his career, of course, he's 40 years old this year. Again, all about patience. Last two guys both walked. And that's an ugly batting average against with runners in scoring position. Got to try to get something in the gap, at least to the outfield.
got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
He's throwing 97 with no control, so I don't know how to feel about the approach here. And then
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
should have gotten to that one. Yeah, timing was good. I just didn't have the placement. That's a ball low. 98. He even gets to 98. Okay.
1 out with the possible tying and go-ahead runs on base here.
Oh, he only threw fastballs until that one.
Is a big out number 2.
That was aggressive pitching in that at bat, and I like seeing that. He showed
Don't
all
love that.
hard stuff until the 5th.
Yeah, not even close.
Of the strikeout.
Well, here's Mesoraco. He was the last guy to have a big hit for us. He had that home run last inning, and is this going to score a run? Let's at least try. He doesn't have much of an arm.
It's a base hit.
Let's go, and we tie it.
It's a big 2-out hit.
Let's get it. It's 4-4 because of that knock from Mesoraco. Drove in both of my last 2 runs.
Scoring in the late innings, so that RBI base hit.
Yeah, just a little bloop. That's all you need, right?
Yeah, I say it's not easy. They got 11 guys in the bullpen, and I don't think a guy throws under 97 miles an hour.
That's right, Jake. Big move right there. All right, now the option is we're going to do Riddle here. He's got a little more power against righties. And it's still Rankin. Hey, Cole's still here. Appreciate you, man. Have you been here the whole time? Big time hit there in the 8th from Mesoraco, though. Big time hit. Really messes with my bullpen plan now. I'm not good.
Hit hard on the ground to third.
But yeah, easily thrown out.
Probably
Probably shouldn't have gone after the first pitch there.
Here, so it looks like this could be
nonetheless, this is a nice even game. We had that error, and the hit and run total, they're both nearly identical. So
Francisco Dominguez.
That's Dominguez.
The game taking over in right field and batting in the 8th spot.
He's primarily a center fielder, but he can play both corners. And we're going to do Clark Young, 189 ERA coming into this appearance. Stevenson, I'll save for later, but get him going. Clark Young. Used to have that handlebar mustache, I got rid of it. 189 ERA, 65 strikeouts in 47 2/3. That is fantastic. Here's Hunter to start. Let's look at his card real fast. Yep, 97 contact right. That is why he's in the majors. 95 discipline. Again, why he's in the majors. Look at all these quirks too. Yeah, there you go.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Nice pitch right to the corner. Young has been fantastic this year. Like I said, ERA below 2, K per 9 through the roof.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Pulled toward right
He's
center
gonna get
field.
him out, yeah. Good. I was worried about Hunter given all of his contact.
Ray is there, and he has it for the first out.
Now batting, first baseman, Bobby Richardson.
Here's B-Rich.
Ready for another chance. Bobby Richardson. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. First pitch on its way. Hit hard to short.
Yeah, not getting that one. Fujita does not have the reaction. Again, he's not a shortstop moving forward. He's a shortstop now because I don't have another, capable shortstop exactly. There's Gilchrist to run.
Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. At the plate now, Will Evans.
See, even when I hit the meter, that's 100 though. I'm not complaining about that. 100 perfect release, and it was a ball.
And it's a cold strike to even the count at
blown away change you want, Jake? Try to get that ground ball, huh?
Now the 1-1 pitch.
I called strike. That's good enough, right?
Possible go-ahead
Try that
runs on
splitter.
first,
Why not?
1 away.
Look at that. They even, I love the details of this game because if you look closely, he's got his fingers in the glove like it actually is a splitter. Like,
still hanging with him. Another good
again, like you can say what you want about it, but like it's just really cool that they have the actual grip. Like this is a cutter. You can really see that. Like if you're paying attention, if you don't know what pitch I'm throwing, you can kind of see it in the glove. I find that really cool. This could be 2. It is! What a big double play! Let's go. And they're going to show Mesoraco taking a dive here at second. Yeah, he gets run over. All right, yeah, so question for the chat, is baseball a contact sport? It was on that play, that's for sure. Let's go. Here's another double switch. Huge double play there, Cole. That's right. Didn't expect it on that pitch either. It was just a little cutter away. Now the bullpen's not in the greatest spot. Yeah, take out the lead. Take the lead, yeah, exactly. So here's Strickland. He's not great. I've had Strickland on my own teams before as well. At the top of the order too, so we can get this. But I don't want to go to extras if I'm being honest. My bullpen isn't in the best spot to compete in a game for too long. So let's try to close this out. Need a run. Strickland is 4-seam slider, changeup, and a cutter.
The 1-0 home is looked at off the plate for a ball.
Yeah, the Rockies have like an older bullpen, but they're not super great. Like Workman was a little older. You can see he was balding. And this is Strickland. I want to say he's at least 30. And there's a 3-0 count. I'm going to set the controller down. Try not to swing on 3-0, especially with guys I can't really hit home runs with. And the guy, or this guy at the plate, this is JC Ray. He does not hit for power, so I'm not going to bother to swing on 3-0. So again, here I'll show that it's 46 and 41. You're not going to hit many home runs with 46 power right.
And I like that from a guy like him, Eddie. He can do a
Here's the
lot
3-1.
of damage on a base pass with his legs.
And I
So
didn't
there's
think
no
that would be a
reason
strike
to be
either.
overly aggressive if he's not getting
Yeah, he's not
anything
scared. He's just dotting it and getting it with the ump.
Now the payoff pitch home.
See, because all these pitches have been close here, Jake. Like look at this. One definitely a ball. I've seen 2 get called a strike before. I've seen 3 get called a strike before. I've seen 4 get called a strike before, and then 5 and 6 were actually in the strike zone. I don't know how scared he is. I think he's just dotting it up.
Here's the 3-2.
And then that's right down the middle. That's a strike to,
It's going to be
you know,
back to some serious teeth
every
if
single
he can't
umpire.
put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
Got to get on base here, JC. Come on, you're the key to this inning.
Now here's
Let's go. Is that dropping?
to the right side.
Let's go!
So a great start to the ninth as the possible go-ahead
JC
run
with a
is
knock.
scored
Now do I
to
steal a
start the
bag?
eighth.
That's the real question here. Do they know that I want to steal a bag if I do want to steal the bag? Fujita had the home run. He's 1 for 4.
So now to the plate, Elijah Fujita. As he'll look at a fastball.
I like the way his name looks too, with the eyes and the J's. Like it just looks cool on the scoreboard.
32-year-old veteran. This is the final year of his current deal, so he'll be a free agent at season's end.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations.
Oh, and that
to be
pitch is
honest
not
with
the
you.
pitch I wanted.
He wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that
Fujita
second
0-2
push
now.
as he heads towards free agency again.
I got a terrible jump.
Second, fouled away.
I just had to protect the runner there because I got a terrible jump. I thought about stealing on 0-2. It doesn't make any sense, actually, especially since Strickland is more like primarily fastball cutter. And there's the fastball again.
Well off the plate for a ball.
I don't know if he's going low here, Jake. I just think he's going to stay at the outside corner here. And then it's inside. On the inside. Not what I wanted. Here's Parker, though. Let's look at the hot zones real fast. So you guys can't see this. I'm sorry. But it's top right for the right-handers and outside. So the 3 to the right. So those are the pitches I got to try to go after.
You got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
Yeah, no, slide step, don't like that. I hate the slide step. No, I thought it was going to be right on the edge, and it isn't.
I know the umpire missed one, but you can't allow the next couple of pitches to be
not even
dictated
close.
by one bad call. Find a way.
So he sets him down swinging. Chase Parker goes down for out number 2 in the top of the ninth.
Here's Franklin. Again, my home run leader. Not much for contact, but my home run leader.
Go ahead run at first.
414 slugging, 491 on base percentage. That's what? Just a quick math. That's just over 7. That's a low OPS, just under 700. Franklin is due. That's right. Yeah.
Here's the first pitch.
Plus he's got a contract. So guess what?
Down the left field line.
He's gonna play no matter what. But big in this situation, Mason. Come on. This is where the veterans make their money.
Now
that was low.
That's taken close that time, but it's 1-1.
That's
and
too
the pitch
low.
misses low and away for ball 2. In there, 2-2.
Had to take you through 2 straight for balls.
And there he goes towards second.
I'm nowhere near it.
Good pitch, so 1 run can win it as we head to the bottom of the inning.
I did. I went for it, and he threw a strike, so I had to try to protect. So here, do I roll with Young, or should I put in Stevenson now? I think I'm going to keep Young for another inning because the bullpen's a little tired. Not super tired, but enough where I feel like it was brutal cold. Yeah. Really thought that Ray would be the key to the inning, and just getting him on would propel me into the lead, but it did not.
His fastball is a good one.
Now here's a shot
This
out
dude, everything in the gap.
Running hard, he's digging for second. Not in time, and he's
Not
in
even
there
close.
When you heard the
That's not good.
you just knew that was going to get down for an extra base hit. Great way to start an inning.
You think so? Yeah, if he gives up a knock.
digging in.
I don't know. This is 8-9. I'm gonna have him go through 8 and 9. Sanchez and Childs,
They'll even pitch to him.
and then if Ramirez gets up, then I'll throw Stevenson in there.
Here's the first pitch. A little tardy there. No ball.
Yeah, Sanchez seems to be overmatched for the most part. He's not exactly a definitely not a major league regular.
And he fouls this one off.
And he's a good defender at least. Like he's a useful bench player. He's just not a dude, you know. So he should be easy out, knock on wood. Yes. Like I said, easy.
You cannot not come through in this situation.
Now batting, catcher, Levi.
Cool. And then here's Childs. He is I think he's their third catcher, honestly. But yeah, he doesn't hit much either. 22-42 is what he's at right now. So yeah, just roll with him right here. Here's the first pitch. Cutter. Nice pitch right there, just off the plate. Again, Ramirez is the guy I'm worried about. He's the guy on deck. He's a guy who can end this game. I don't see Childs as someone who's going to be an issue here.
92, 94. You can still see seams. It starts getting above 94. It starts to blur itself a little bit. You start pitching where this guy's at, you're seeing nothing. You're seeing vapor.
2-2 to the Colorado catcher.
Not even close. What am I doing now? I just talked about how I'm not even scared of him, and I'm pitching to him like I am. Fastball, you're going to get one here.
Work the count back to 3-2, and he's seen a lot of pitches too.
Left fielder giving chase.
Cook isn't the best defender, but he's serviceable.
The center fielder, number 4, Miguel Ramirez.
Cool. So now is the real decision here. Do I take him out to face Ramirez? Because he might be better than Stevenson anyways.
He's 1 for 4 for the game.
At least he's hotter than Stevenson. ERA was lower to start. His K per 9 was better to start. Where am I at in the lineup? That's what I really want to know. He would come up 5th. I could probably have Stevenson go in now. And unless I score, he'd be able to pitch again. If I score, then who do I put in? Damn, this is tough. This is where managers make their money. I'm gonna get Zinter ready just in case. I'm gonna put Stevenson in now. try to really get this one out here to live another inning.
No save opportunity here.
21-22 on the saves though, 40 2/3 innings at 3.32 ERA. So he must have given up most of his runs there in non-save situations. Slider, 4-seam, 2-seam from Stevenson. He's another veteran. Delivery's a high delivery too.
0-1. Stevenson, 6'4" right-hander.
Yeah,
He's in the midst of his 14th major league season, so I guess you could say.
And right to my left fielder, slides in the animation. We're going to extras, boys.
In the inning. One left for Colorado. Score remains tied at 4.
This is the game that won't end. So we got Cook, Dominguez, and Souza. Dominguez doesn't hit much, but he's good on defense, so I might just roll with him. Hopefully Cook can do something. That's the key. Yeah, slider, 4-seam, sweeping curve, and the 2-seam. Yeah, frame rate's better. Thanks, Jake. I didn't do anything. I've been sitting here the whole time. So, again, I'll try to make some subtle improvements. Try to make it so that doesn't happen, but I'm really not sure how to start. So.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
The 1-1 takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
Yeah, Barnes is one of the pitchers I really don't like hitting against. You have to have guys in this roster anyways that you just can't stand facing, and he's near the top of my list. Yeah, I just don't know what to look for. Here's Dominguez. Not much of a hitter.
He's set. Here it comes. One out, nobody on.
Nowhere near it. Is that on the plate though? Oh, it's just off.
We're going to see him throw that hard fastball early and often.
The 0-2 pitch.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about scoring in this inning. Unless it's with Souza. Not on that one. It's just a 2-strike swing. You kind of just do contact swings just to stay alive. And that was definitely the thought there. Just good for another pitch. See, and there it is again. Look at this. What a gapper. I didn't think that had anything behind it. Dominguez, 71 speed too. Am I trying for third here? Yes, I am. Wow, that's an easy triple right there. What a play. What a hit. His second triple of the season. That's a fantastic hit right there. Big time at bat from Dominguez. Yeah, Barnes is terrible. Again, like he's on the short list of relievers that I don't want to face in a tie ball game or down a run or, you know, in any big situation. Speaking of big situation, here's Souza. Yeah, I'm not doing.
Perhaps they thought the squeeze would be on.
Not doing any sort of squeeze here, boy. Souza must have had a home run yesterday. It says he has one for the series. I'll always play the second game of the series, so it'll have the cute little, you know, series stats in the corner there as well. And that is on the plate. Okay. Slider right on the plate. Okay. Souza, we just need a single, buddy. That's it. Not good. So here's Mesoraco then. Don't love that, yeah. Okay. That's not what I wanted. All right, well, my connection was interrupted apparently. Stream still